Downfield, I reckon.
That was a late call
early, and this will be a dream start, Scott.
It would be, and I think he's within range as well, so he's a massive chance from here.
Scott, brought to you by the Old Town and Country Tavern this afternoon. As Harry Wheeler comes in, puts it on the boot, and it's gone to the far side, and it's through for one behind, and the first score going the way of the Pigeons. Robbie?
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere, and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, and Sam Jules going to Williams as well, mate.
And that man we just spoke about, Angus Geddes, takes a very good mark at half-back, plays on immediately to Noah Bradshaw. Bradshaw, a short chipping kick. It's not a good one, though. And it's intercept marked out the back there by Logan Morey. True centre wing, plays on. He's got a beautiful left foot on him, and he finds Coburn. Coburn midfield, left footer, another one, kicks long. Here's a chance for Lawrence at the back. Good work by Morrison, barbed it well, mopped up, handball inside to Jewell. Jewell goes to the far side of the ground, kick is out of bounds on the full Luke Francis, and it will be brought back into play by Harry Wheeler.
Yeah, it certainly will, Robbie. So in he goes to Coburn, so they're just outside the 50 arc, they square it up. Oh, gee, intercepted by the Bulldogs. They did well, so getting back was Mimo to cut it off, and the Bulldogs now with it through Greenhill. And they play on to the outer side, ball very wide. Seymour's taken it for the Pigeons. And, well, what was that one for?
A push, I reckon.
Yeah, that was interesting, Robbie. Okay, so the Doggies get it back. They won't be with the Pigeons. Howe going back at the flight of the ball, beat him over the back. Mitchell got his hands on it. And then O'Dwyer back to Lockhow, and the Pigeons have a chance to settle. So the ball now with William Wheeler. O'Dwyer, and the Pigeons come across half-back, Robbie, and they'll get out here.
Sharp took a good grab. Dangerous kick here, but it's okay. Ryan Bruce marks. G's been in good form of late. Inside handball to Lockie. Howe was good. Thornfeld, the ball went over his head, and Noah Bradshaw takes the mark at half-back. We've got a whistle, free kick. Something off the ball's happened here, and it's going to go the way of Mark Wiley, held up by Jordan Taylor.
Wow, that's a long way off the ball too, and that's a massive turnover. The ball was on centre wing going back the Wodonga way, and now it's going to be a 45-metre shot on goal for Mark Wiley. So, yeah, Geordie Taylor's not very happy with it, but Michael Bouquet was right there and called it very early. But, yeah, it's a massive turnover. It's probably a 70-metre swing on where the ball was actually positioned.
So, Wiley, a chance to kick the first goal of the afternoon. We've gone just over 3 minutes. In now, kick on the way, it's going to swing to the left. So far we've seen players have not made an adjustment with that breeze, Luke Francis. The ball going to the eastern side of the ground, and a minor score. 2 behind to Yarrawonga. We're doing this one for A-grade batteries and oils.
So Barber out from fullback, goes to Greenhill. The Wodonga Bulldogs in defensive 50 at the southern end of the ground as he plays on and goes down to the halfback flank for the Doggies, and a mark taken low down by Spiteri. Spiteri in the long sleeves today for the Doggies, and then probably a 30-metre kick, a low ball, beats the contest over the back. Here's Masters, just a rushed and hurried kick down the line. So the Pigeons trying to, well, just gain authority out there, but the Bulldogs taking it across the line, adjacent to the scoreboard. And, well, we're ticking up towards the 4-minute mark on the Macca's time clock, and here at Yarrawonga. Robbie, on the Love Store scoreboard is Yarrawonga 2 points, leading Wodonga at 0.
Yeah, great to have the Love Store back with us for the scoreboard action. Howe in front, tapped it nicely to, looks like Wheeler working through the middle of the ground. Went to Wiley, handball release, missed his chance there. Morrison came through, defended well. Got a handball to Ollie Greenhill. Greenhill kicks down the line. Howe was there. Back to O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer got quick hands to midfield. Wheeler, handball is a good one too. Spots up Wiley, drives long, top of the goal square. Bit of height here. Symes, Wheeler, good defensive work. Geddes brought it to ground, and Symes runs the ball out over the boundary line. So boundary throw in, 50 metres around from the Pigeons' goal. They lead 2-0, and we are going to go to Scott Montgomery.
Yeah, boys, just on the Waters stat sheet, we've got Willie Wheeler's up to 5 possessions already, so he started really hot here in the first 5 minutes.
Boundary throw in, Brown, ball at ground level. Fothergill goes in for the Pigeons, ball spills out, and there's a whistle.
Free kick.
And which way is this one going to go? The umpire hasn't
I
indicated.
don't think even knows.
Gee, okay.
Gee, Wiley's in the good books, isn't he?
Yeah, and they've got to make the most of this. So, as we've seen, and you mentioned, Robbie, little breezy here at JC Lee Low Oval today. 2 behinds on the ball for the Pigeons, but Scott Montgomery for Old Town and Country Tavern. They've just got to make the most of their opportunities.
Absolutely. This is the third time they've gone inside 50, so if they can convert again, that means it'll be the third time they've scored from 3 inside 50s, but he's just lobbed this one up, Mark.
Yeah, Wiley to the top of the goal square, and a good mark taken by Sam Jewell for the Bulldogs, and they'll come out of defensive 50, Robbie, as they come across to this broadcast side.
Yeah, Bradshaw took it on the half volley, and he kicks it to Clayton. So we'll get down to Sky Burgess for Wodonga MG. It's pretty hard to make a move at the moment because the ball's been on that far side of the ground.
It is. It seems to be everyone's coming in hard, and it's nice and congested early. You can tell the intensity is right up there.
That's great work there from Sky Burgess down on the boundary. Now here's a chance for Wodonga. Baker over the head snap. Oh, a chest mark miss there. Tommy Johnson off the left foot. High kick, top of the goal square. Miles Jewell went for it, couldn't get hold of it. Masters applied good pressure. The Pigeons will be able to lock this one down. It'll be a ball up, only 15 metres out from their goal. So a quick turnover there. And a big chance here for Wodonga. First option, 15 metres out from goal. Oh, Masters, gee, read that well. This time off the left foot was outstanding. Kick goes okay to Lawrence. And the Pigeons are out of trouble here, Lukey Francis.
Yeah, they are, Robbie. So Ironspawn got his hands on the footy and kicked it down the line. It's going to come back, though. Morrison picks it up for the Bulldogs. And the ball's now with Barber. So what can they do on this occasion? Here's a forward entry inside 50. Spiteri over the back has taken a nice mark. So it cleared.
No, he's paid a free kick here.
Was it a push out, Scott?
Yeah. Tommy Johnson just infringed on Lee Masters there, so paid the free kick.
Oh, gee, well, you don't see that too often. Lee Masters tried to kick it out of defensive 50 and was smothered. Bulldogs tearing in. This is fantastic. They've really got to apply this forward pressure all day. Mayfield on the right boot, sends it, fell short. Baker with it. Will he get dragged over the line? No, he keeps it in play. So the Pigeons working overtime in the back line, and well, here we go again, Robbie. They're going to have to keep working.
Yeah, another great smother there. This time the ball spills out the back, went over Bradshaw's head. Ollie Greenhill was there. Quick hands back to Barber. Barber went one way, went back the other. Had to get a quick handball release to Greenhill. Handball missed Bradshaw. Ball congested, big play coming up here. Mead did well. Got a ball out the back towards Fothergill. Free kick, whistle. It's a throw. And it's going to go the way of Wodonga. Quick play on to Josh Clayton. Clayton from 45 kicks a steel line goal of the day. Wonderful bit of transition play there from Wodonga. And the class of Clayton bangs through the first goal of the afternoon. Wodonga lead 1 straight 6. Yarrawonga 2 behind. And we're doing it for A-grade batteries and oils. Sky Burgess down on the boundary for Wodonga MG.
Yep, that was awesome. The free kick, and Yarrawonga just were not quick enough to set themselves up, and Wodonga really capitalised on that. We've just got the first rotations of the game going now.
Yeah, boys, just quickly on the Waters stat sheet. Yarrawonga have won 4 clearances so far, and Wodonga yet to get on the board there. So it's Yarrawonga in the middle. Lockie Howe's really setting them up really early.
Yeah, we spoke about how the Pigeons had to make the most of those forward entries. Well, here they come again. Harry Wirler out of the middle and misses Williams. Williams picks the ball up at ground level, tried to find Frauenfelder. Coburn goes in for it. Ball still at bootlace level. Frauenfelder hits the ball over the line, or almost guides it to the boundary. And we will have a boundary throw in far side. Burley Road.
The guy umpire's trying to call out of bounds on the full here, boys.
Yeah, I reckon it might have come off the boot too.
Yeah, he's paid it.
Okay.
They've changed the decision.
I think.
Yep.
So it'll be a free kick go to Bradshaw.
Gee, he was quick to get over there too. No, wasn't he? He heard the whistle and thought, I'll get an extra possession here, boys.
Yeah.
And he's also started well on the Waters stat sheet. That's his 4th possession coming up in the first 10 minutes of the game.
So Bradshaw lays it on the boot and drives it outside 50, and Lee Masters had taken the mark and might have been touched for the Pigeons. High ball to the edge of the arc of the 50, out of side. That might even be out of bounds on the full. It is. And the Bulldogs will get it back, Robbie McKinlay.
Yeah, still seeing that breeze pushing the ball to that far side of the ground, away from the club rooms here at JC Low Oval. So it'll be Josh Mayfield off half back. He kicks the ball down the line, and again that breeze takes it, and it's assisted with a big fist there from Bo Seymour out over the boundary. So Sky, I guess interchanges are being minimal down there because we spoke about it before. The ball's on that other side of the ground so much.
Yeah, both teams have only had their first rotations about 7 or 8 minutes in, so there's not much going on the boundary line.
That's Sky Burgess for Wodonga MG down on the boundary today. As the ball comes back into play, slightly into attack here for the Pigeons. Wodonga lead 1 straight 6-2 behinds. Ball out the back. Here's Ollie Greenhill. Good collect. Handball was smothered though. Good work there by Wheeler. Nice work Lawrence. Got a handball. Back to Willie Wheeler. This now goes inside. Griffiths over around the footy. Good work off half back here. Might have been Jewel. Releases with a handball. Now it's back to Jewel. So running hard off half back. Kicks it down towards centre wing. Seymour kicks the ball off the ground. I don't think it was deliberate. No, it wasn't. And it's going to be thrown back in on centre wing. We have gone 10.5 minutes on the McDonald's time clock, Luke Francis, and it's a 6-2 lead by Wodonga.
Yeah, ball on the near side, Robbie. So just waiting for the boundary umpire to get set. Opening term here, JC Low Oval. Yarrawonga on a nice sunny day. Ball, Howe got brought to ground in a strong wrap-up, and we'll have another stoppage. So centre wing, as Geddes comes off here. Just see if you can pick that one up. Sky Burgess, boundary side for Albury Wodonga MG. We had a change there, Sky.
Yep, I think the boys are trying to capitalise on the ball being on this side of the field. We've got 3 Bulldogs standing up ready to go.
Yeah, and we've got a free kick going the way of Wiley here for the Pigeons. So what can they set up off half back? He squares it up.
That was his 6th possession on the water stat sheet too, Luke.
To Sexton. Scott Montgomery for Old Town and Country Tavern as we go right out to the other side. So the Pigeons switching the play here. Sharp's got the ball and he spent a bit of time with it too. Now he loads up with a long sort of 45-metre kick, high ball. Bulldogs got their hands to it, dropped to the front of the contest. Cuppins goes in. He looks to be wrapped up, is he? Yep, brought to ground. And in fact, it might have been Coburn at the bottom of that pack. It was, and we'll have a stoppage, Robbie.
We do indeed, Lukey. 6-2, Yarrawonga trail Wodonga. The goal kicked by Josh Clayton for Wodonga, and we're going to have a free kick. It's going to come the way of the Wodonga Bulldogs. Seeing it might be Josh Mayfield. He's always amongst it down there. He's having a great season. Unlucky to miss out on the Bush Rangers, but I won't go on about that, Monty. You know my thoughts on that.
I know your thoughts, Robbie, but we have
Absolute
had this discussion before.
And you tend to agree with the people who didn't select him.
No, that's not what I feel, but I know he's a great footballer. Just his size might hurt him, and that's what the Bushies is about, mate.
Stupid reason. That's why it's wrong.
That's what the Bushies are there for, to get players drafted.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what size they are. If they're good enough, they should be picked, so they can all get stuffed.
Oh,
Wiley takes the mark at half forward. It was a good kick in, came from Symes. And if they can't work out this kid can play footy, well, I don't know when they ever will work it out, mate. Through to the midfield now. Chance for Williams. Gets his first look at it. On the third bite, he couldn't grab it. Come to ground through traffic. Griffiths was good. Stayed over the footy. The Doggies' defence was excellent. They're going to hold it up. They won't let that one come out. Blow your whistle, champ. He has. And it'll be a ball up. 40 out from goal. Wodonga into attack. Yarrawonga to attack Monty.
Yeah, they've been pretty happy with blowing the whistle too, boys. There's been 8 free kicks, 5 to Yarrawonga and 3 to Wodonga so far.
Contest in the forward 50 for the Pigeons, but the Bulldogs bring it away to the outer side. Wilding in a race with O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer just bumped Wilding off. He came away with the ball, went to Lee Masters. Then Masters goes on to Sexton, did well, wheeled around, then goes back boundary side. Short one, so Masters has followed up here, as he so often does. And he plays on, wheels around, gets it on the right boot, sort of helicopter kick. Breezy day here at Yarrawonga. Coburn got spun around in the tackle, or did well. Harry Wheeler just missed him with the handball. Bulldogs boring in now defensively. Back to Johnson. He gets it on the left boot, and there will be a direct turnover. So now the Bulldogs have got to defend. So this is interesting. So the Pigeons have a chance to pump it in. What will they do? High ball goes in. Symes at the back. Tried to ride the pack. Spilled over the back of the contest. The Bulldogs could bring it away here, Robbie. In fact, they will try and get out.
Yes, Spiteri got a little chipping kick. Well intercepted there by Mitchell. And Mitchell, but he can't beat the boundary line. And it'll be boundary umpire Nelson Butterfield. Plays a bit of lower grade cricket for the Lavington Panthers.
How does he go, Robbie?
He's a good boundary umpire, Nelson. That's a good throw. Look at that. Fantastic. Free kick, whistle.
Jeez,
Buckets has picked
put it
one
away,
out.
Buckets.
Buckets
put
has
it
picked
away.
one out. He doesn't miss many. He looks a little bit hard for my liking, but he's going okay. Mayfield got the free kick. Another possession to him. Jewel off halfback. Kicks it now to Morrison. So Morrison, halfback now, down the line. Goes long. Target there is Baker. Baker read it okay. Ball to ground. Went one way. Went back the other. Geez, classy. Good pressure tackle though. Turnover. Urquhart got it. On to Sexton. Sexton goes short. Finds Fraunfelder. Fraunfelder has it. Lukey Francis between half forward and wing.
Yeah, he has, Robbie. So Fraunfelder loads up in those orange boots and goes in for the Pigeons. Lawrence at the front. Ball spills out the back. Running onto it, Williams. Oh, he's missed it.
Wow.
My goodness, that's a bad miss from about 5 or 6 metres out. Ooh. Williams was running into an open goal at the southern end.
Could have kept going too, couldn't he, boys? He had a lot of time, a lot of space in front of him. And
Percy Jones, Malcolm Blightstone.
Yeah, absolutely.
O&M Live, this opening term brought to you by A-Grade Batteries and Soils. Here's Robbie McKinlay.
Yeah, Wortman brought it back in, found Clayton. His kick's not a good one, and he's found O'Dwyer. Quick release handball to Fraunfelder. Fraunfelder, that raking left foot. It's a push in the back. Yep. Oh, the mark wasn't taken, and then he just shoved him in the back, did Sammy Jewell, I think it is there. It is,
yep,
and he's
big Sammy.
He's talking his case, but I haven't seen
I think it was there.
one
I
yet.
think it was there, don't you, Robbie?
It was a nasty push. What do you think, Sky, for Albury-Wodonga MG?
I'm not going to lie, boys. I didn't watch it because I was sitting here watching the rotations. They're really starting to happen now. Now that it's on this side of the ground, they're going through quite quickly.
Geez, you're not wrong. We've seen 3 Pigeons on, 3 Pigeons off. And now it's Lee Williams. Can he make amends, Monty, for what you thought was a sitter he missed before? Williams comes in, kick on the way. Oh, he's done that superbly. Allowed for the breeze, a treat. He aimed at the right goal post. He brought it back like a Glenn McGrath outswinger. And the Pigeons get their first, and they hit the lead. 1-3-9. They lead Wodonga 1 straight 6. And that's all for A-grade batteries and oils this quarter. Monty, what are you making of on the stat sheet?
Oh, for what is stats, mate? The inside 50, 7-4 at the moment, Yarrawonga's way, and just that ball use by Bailey Fraunfelder there going inside to hit Lee Williams on the way up was fantastic. And the major ball winners really all with Yarrawonga's way. Wiley's had 7, Lee Mast had 7, and Willie Wheeler's had 8. While for Wodonga, Josh Matthews had 5, Noah Bradshaw's had 4.
So we've ticked over the 17-minute mark. Opening term on the McDonald's time clock. And 9 plays 6 here. Yarrawonga lead on the Lover scoreboard. Coming out of the middle, Harry Wheeler. Beautiful tap down to him. Ball spins into the forward 50 for the Pigeons. They come out wide. Now, that was Mead looking for Fothergill, and he loads up with a long kick looking for Symes. Oh, beautiful defensive mark from Morrison. Just edged Symes under the ball, Scott Montgomery, for the old Town and Country Tavern. Yeah,
that was really good body work. He's, as I said before pre-game, he's one of the best defenders, I think, in the comp, and was just able to outbody a bigger opponent then.
Oh, Cade Brown's kick to Mayfield put him under a little bit of pressure. Brown did okay, got it back. Sweeping handball now ends up with Jewell. Jewell did well here. He kept it out in front of him. Barber was okay. Short handball to Tommy Johnson. Quick release to Sam Jewell. Over the top to Mimo. Mimo collects it nicely on the first bounce. But Seymour reads it well, and he marks it half back for Yarrawonga. They lead 9-6. We've gone 18 minutes. A kick to Sexton from Seymour was okay. Sexton now goes across the ground, finds Logan Morey. He'll come across the ground and find Masters. Masters, they should be able to build from here. Bruce is on his own. They're moving the ball nicely here. The Pigeons. Kick's going to be good. Held up there by Isaac Cassidy. And it'll be means that Bruce will have the kick from centre wing, Lukey Francis.
Yeah, Osborne was quite free for a while, but then they got back the Bulldogs. Slow ball movement in the end off the half-back flank. Here's Osborne with a chance. Barber, though, picks it up for the Bulldogs. Brought down in an Osborne tackle. And then Harry Wheeler off to William Wheeler. Caught one high.
Yep.
So they'll get a chance to load up here. Oh, he goes very wide, does William Wheeler. But he's got Williams. That's okay. Well done. Then a short one to Fothergill. And the Pigeons have the ball here in the forward pocket.
Fothergill all by himself.
Yeah, Fothergill's a chance here, boys. He is very good in this situation.
What will he do, Robbie? Left foot, or will he try banana?
He'll banana it, I reckon.
Yep.
What do you reckon, Sky, for Albury-Wodonga MG?
Oh, well, I reckon he's going to chip it inside the teammate.
That's why you get paid the big bucks, Sky.
Well played, Sky. I left the door open and you slammed it fair into me. Well done.
That was some of the most accurate boundary riding you'll ever hear, I reckon. Sky Burgess, that was right on the mark.
Superb.
Set my bar too high now, I think.
Only one way from here.
So Williams will have a shot as he comes in. And how's he steered that one? Straight through. My goodness, so that's his second. His first one was a ripper, and I'll tell you what, the second one was too. So the Pigeons get their second. And, well, we're ticking up towards the 20-minute mark on the McDonald's time clock right here at Wodonga as we wait here for the, at Yarrawonga, I should say, as we wait for the scoreboard to tick over. And it's 2-3-15 to the Wodonga Bulldogs, 1 goal straight.
Yeah, boys, as you can see, there's different contrast in the way they want to move the ball. Yarrawonga is very prepared to chip around the back 50 until they can get it out the far side or on this near side once they open the ground up, whereas Wodonga is probably a bit more trying to get through the middle and then go long and deep as soon as they can.
Back in the middle, Barber overran the footy. He went back for another bite of the cherry. Good work coming through there was Greenhill. Got it back to Matey. Kick smothered. Quick hands by Baker. Released now to O'Dwyer. Underneath the footy there was Mimo. Handball over the top was pretty good to Bradshaw. Bradshaw off the left foot. It's low. It's good. It's piercing. Nice kick. Now there's a chance here for Barber. He had to go sort of an awkward kick on the right. Clean bowl almost there was Sexton. Tapped on cleverly to Baker. Baker for Wodonga couldn't pick it up. Handball over the back by Wodonga. Fortuitously found a teammate in Josh Clayton. Got it back to Barber. Back to Cade Brown. Cade Brown kicks the ball inside forward 50. High ball. Ball came to ground. Might have been a chance there for Redcliffe. He was tackled immediately. Ball came out the back to Seymour. Got it on to Sharp. Sharp runs through the middle of the ground. Got a handball to O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer had nowhere to go, so he decides he goes wide and he spots up. I think it's Willie Wheeler out the back there. And the Pigeons will come across this side of the ground, Lukey.
That's number 11, boys, on the water stat sheet for Willie Wheeler.
Yeah, and they had the numbers, the Pigeons, but then they stalled and they decided to come back broadcast side. Now, Wiley just missed that one. Bounced off his chest. Coburn pounces on it. Sends it forward. A forward entry for the Pigeons. And Williams again. Geez, hot in this first opening term. And I reckon he should have a shot, Scott. Yeah, the way he's going for the old Town and Country Tavern. Why not have a shot, Robbie?
What do you reckon, Sky?
Yeah, no, I reckon he's going to have a crack at this one. He's throwing the grass up in the air, so that tends to be a good sign.
And boys, that's their 9th inside 50 for the quarter, Yarrawonga. So they Williams is really straightening them up and they're getting nice and long and deep to him.
Shooting at his 3rd major as we tick over the 22nd minute mark on the Macca's time clock. And I tell you what, he's just drawn that one this side. And it's gone through for 1 behind.
Hey guys, around the grounds for the Plough Win Tarrawingi and North Albury 19, lead Wodonga Raiders 9.
Yeah.
Early days there.
Early there.
So there's Sky Burgess just almost chokes on the microphone.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a Raiders girl, so that hurts a little bit, but I have faith in the boys. They'll come back.
There you go. So it's Sky Burgess down the boundary for Albury Wodonga MG as Jordan Taylor gets a nice pass from Dan Wortman. A little bit of room here for Jace Brown. He's a rugged type of player, Jace Brown. He loves to mix it. He goes wide and he finds Gus Jones. So Gus Jones, number 20, right down in front of us here. Pigeons get numbers back. Jones said, you better get on with it. So he kicks down the line and Lockie Howe should mark. No, punched away by Clayton was good. O'Dwyer over the back, got a handball to Masters, got it back to Mitchell. Mitchell for Yarrawonga, off half back, piercing kick into the middle of the ground. Big play coming here. Good work, cut out nicely by Wortman. Inside handball to Bradshaw. Bradshaw goes long. Target is Redcliffe and he's marked. Gee, the doggies moved that ball well. And it's going to be Redcliffe will have a shot on goal about 25 metres out. He runs around, he'll get around that left foot, and he's banged it through for a beauty. Good team goal from the doggies, and they are now trailing it by 4 points. Yarrawonga 2-4-16, Wodonga 2 straight 12, 24 minutes gone, and that is on the Love Earth Store scoreboard and the McDonald's time clock. Sky Burgess for Albury Wodonga MG.
Yeah, sorry, boys. I'm just watching the rotations coming off. We've got Yarra pretty much just circling through those boys on the bench, but the Wodonga Bulldogs seem to be getting some good air in now.
Yeah, boys, and that was Wodonga's 6 inside 50 to Yarrawonga's 9, so they've been able to keep it nice and even considering that the Yarrawonga were on top. A couple of the major ball winners, Matey, Bradshaw and Barber, all on 6 at the moment, so they've really got going in the last 5 minutes.
Scott, how good was Wortman in that play coming through the middle?
Oh, it's fantastic. It was a risky kick, but it was a fantastic play just to leave his man in and win the footy.
Yeah, kept his head. Yeah, Bruce has it inside 50 for the Pigeons. On to Lawrence, left foot, snap at the goal. He missed it also to the other side. So the Pigeons have missed a couple of all-sitters, I think you could say, in the opening term. That was on the left, and I must say it was a snap, but he probably had a bit of time, did he, Scott, to straighten up?
Yeah, there was pressure coming from behind, but I thought he probably had enough time just to take that 1 or 2 steps to straighten up and have that easier shot. But a lot of players these days like to kick around the corner, Luke, so it's probably one he would have done anyway.
So Jacob Barber in game number 50, the former Kiwal Sandy Creek Junior, kicks it down the line. Big pack, Masters missed one over the back. Well done by Mead. Fed it nicely. Inside handball to O'Dwyer. Got it back to once it came. And it was Mark Wiley, and his kick into the forward line's a pretty good one, and it has been marked there by Lawrence. So Timmy Lawrence has been in pretty good form of late. We'll go
Hits
back.
the scoreboard, doesn't he, Robbie?
He does, and he's ways warming up that left foot there, Mont. I don't think distance will be an issue. He's just got to aim it at the right-hand goal post as he looks at it and bring that ball back with the breeze. Distance shouldn't trouble him. Left foot kick into time on. Lawrence, he decides to chip it to the top of the goal square. Fist was good. Outstanding by big Tommy Johnson. Scott Montgomery.
Just got a quick netball update, boys. In the other game that was on our 2A Wide live stream, the Wodonga Raiders and North Albury have had a 42-all draw. Woo! And the game here going on here, Yarrawonga leads 17-8 against Wodonga.
Yeah, so close to the first term break here at JC Low Oval. As the ball rolls into the middle or bounces towards Seymour, missed it. Redcliffe just fisted away and mimos away for the Bulldogs. Who they got back there? The Troops have got to get back. Wilding in hot pursuit of the Sharon. Picks it up, steadies, right foot along the ground, rolling. Oh, and getting back was Morey. Well done.
How good was the chase from Lee Masters, boys? He come from about 100 metres away there to make sure that the kick from Wilding was under pressure.
And then he goes out to O'Dwyer, Morey, and the Pigeons move it to the outer side through Griffiths. So they're just on the arc of the 50 here. Plays with some energy, Griffiths. Really is a spark for the Pigeons. And he wants to switch to Robbie, and they're coming back this side.
Yeah, fight Caden Sharp, although he's got a bit of work to do to clean up. Oh, Cassidy! Gone! What a tackle from Isaac Cassidy. He nailed Cade Sharp there, and he will set his sights on kicking Wodonga's third goal. We've gone almost 27 minutes, and he's got a chance to put the Doggies in front at quarter time, but gee whiz, that was a great tackle.
That's what you want from your mid-sized small forwards, isn't it? The kick just didn't quite hit the switch and was able to tackle and get the free kick right on the siren.
Can't run around here. He comes in. It's a pretty good kick on the way. He's nailed it. It's a steal line goal of the day. Cassidy gets rewarded for a wonderful tackle. Great pressure inside the forward 50, as Scotty Montgomery spoke about. And that means the Doggies will lead at three-quarter time. It's 19-17. It was for A-grade batteries and oils, and gee, good game of footy. Took a little bit of while to warm up, fellas, but I'll tell you what, it's really starting to get a bit of flow about it.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty at times there, Robbie, in the opening term, but I thought the Bulldogs' pressure was fantastic, Scott.
Yeah, absolutely it was, and especially in their forward 50 was where they were able to get a couple shots on goal. But if we have a look at the score, it's 2-5 to 3-1. So Yarrawonga have had lots of chances and been able to hit the scoreboard, just not quite able to convert the way they'd want to. And they did have 11 inside 50s for those 7 shots, so they're quite economical once they go in. They just got to make sure that they're hitting the scoreboard, getting through the big sticks rather than missing easy ones like they have.
All right, that was first quarter action for A-grade batteries and oils. When we come back after the break, Sky Burgess is going to be snooping around the coaches' speeches and chats and get all the gossip, see what's going to happen down there. Great game of footy, 19-17, Wodonga lead Yarrawonga. This is O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? and one for news. And meditation? One for sport and one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care. I love it.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero. The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
You betcha you're listening to O&M Live, and we've got a cracking game of footy on our hands here at the JC Low Oval. It's quarter time. And it is a lead to Wodonga, a late goal there to Isaac Cassidy. They lead 3-1-19 to 2-5-17. Now down on the boundary we've had Sky Burgess for all Wodonga MG. She's made her way to the Wodonga huddle. Okay, Sky, what have you found out down there?
I was in nice and close. It's always interesting to hear what they have to say. As you could imagine, Bulldogs were really happy. They actually didn't have a whole lot of information for the fellas. They just said keep doing what you're doing, keep pushing up high. They've figured out that space and the speed that they have, they're really capitalising on that, and that's what's winning them in the forward half. So they've just told the boys to keep pushing up high and use that space.
Yes, a great opening term here at JC Low Oval. Really good O&M footy, a lot of pressure. Scott Montgomery for the Old Town and Country Tavern.
Just got the flex out quarters best for you guys. Just for Wodonga, we had Jacob Barber with 9 touches. Young Noah Bradshaw was really good coming back from the bushes with 6, and Charlie Morrison down back. And for Yarrawonga, I thought Willie Will was fantastic, having 11 touches. Lee Mars was really good across half-back again, chopping off any time they come forward with 9 touches. And Mark Wiley, who was a bit quiet to start the game, but was able to really get moving towards the back end of that quarter and had 9 as well. So they're my flex out physio quarters best.
Beautiful work. Next voice you'll hear is that of Luke Francis. Second quarter action about to start for Solar Integrity.
Yeah, here we go, second term, and the Doggies great in the opening one. Let's see what they can do here versus the Pigeons on Yarrawonga's home turf. So Howe and Brown, Howe got the best of it, went down to Harry Wheeler, he got pulled off the ball. So Harry will take the kick here. So they will get the first clearance, the Pigeons. He ignored Morey running off the back and then goes very short to Sexton. So the Pigeons hold possession and another short ball to Wiley this time, so they hold it. So they're in full control here. They're on the edge of the 50 arc at the northern end. In he goes, Wiley, chip kick, sort of to about the 25 metre mark, 45 degree angle. Wodonga working hard on the ground, bursting away with Fothergill, back to Fraunfelder. They come back a long way here, and then to Urquhart, Robbie, with a long kick, about 20 out from the goal, and Symes has taken the mark.
Yeah, it was a really good setup there, wasn't it, Mont, the way they just used that ball. Wiley's kick was a little bit 50-50, but good work in the base by Fraunfelder.
Just the small, again, their smalls and mids have been fantastic, having that at the feet of Williams and Symes. Fraunfelder had the quick hands and the kick across the Symes and was in the hot spot, and big fella there is going to be hard to outmark.
So this to put the Pigeons back in front early in the second term as Symes strolls in, makes contact and makes no mistake. So Yarrawonga get the first goal of the second term. Let's go down to Sky Burgess boundary side for Albury Wodonga MG.
We're just about to have the first rotation for Bulldogs. We've got a player limping off. I'll have a look at who that is and get back to you. Is it? Yeah. That's never good for the Bulldogs. When your coach comes off limping, I'll keep an eye on him and I'll let you know.
And he's had a wretched run with injury, hasn't he? He just can't quite keep the body right. And so hopefully it's nothing too major. Hopefully it's just a bit of a knock and he's right to get back out there, because he's massive to what they do with setting up and how to direct them out on the field.
So there we go. So solar integrity, we're doing this quarter for an early goal to Yarrawonga. They got the lead back. Howe's been good in the ruck today. Here's a chance for Willie Wheeler. Handball went back to Howe, now to Sexton. Sexton's game's been good too. Handball released to Einspawn. Einspawn, there's a bit of room in the middle of the ground here. Nick Fothergill's just, he shot. What do you do when your horses lose a shoe? What do you call that?
Yeah, he's been re-shot, if you like.
But he might need re-shotting, as Urquhart marks. And he kicks the ball just inside forward 50 here. So it might be, is it Willie Wheeler with the ball in hand? Or Sharp?
It might be Sharp, mate, because Willie's got the white boots on.
It might be Caden Sharp. It is Caden Sharp. He loads up with a big high kick. Breeze might take it to the right. Symes is there. He nearly marked it over the top of the point post, and it's rushed through for a minor score. A quick play on here to Bradshaw. And no, they're going to have to come back, are they?
You've got to wait for the umpire to actually signal the point. Yeah. I think that might have been the issue there.
You've got to admire their enthusiasm, Luke Francis, but we do have rules to adhere to, and they're going to drag them back. So a minor score there to Yarrawonga. 3-5-23, they lead Wodonga 3-1-19. 3 minutes gone on the Macca's time clock.
Yeah, it almost brought us back to the old days, Robbie, when you had to wait for the flags to be waved. Yeah, as Barber came out. Gee, that's the
real old days,
Scott, isn't it? Yeah. So, that's what it looked like, junior footy. Okay, stoppage on the half-back flank here for the Wodonga Bulldogs. They need to defend and fight tooth and nail here. Matey straight on the boot has kicked it out in the full, virtually just in front of the grandstand on the near side. So anyway, it was a hurried kick, a rush one, and Mitchell's going to bring it back in for the Pigeons. So Mitchell on the 43 Guernsey, blue and white hoops, goes inboard and finds Einspawn. So the Pigeons here with the ball. Sexton runs for him. He's a wide option, but Einspawn elects to go more central. Long ball down forward. Symes was caught at the back. And now it looked like Morrison kicking the ball up off the ground. Ball at ground level. And there's Howe. Williams puts it on the boot. A rush kick. It's gone out of bounds on the full, and the Bulldogs will get it back. Robbie, as we go around the grounds for the plough in Tarrawingi.
Yeah, Luke, thanks for that, mate. Just the other game in the Ovens of Murray today, we've got North Albury and Wodonga Raiders on 2AY 1494. At the moment, North Albury 5-1-31, leading the Raiders 2-4-16. So a great start for North Albury there. And in the top of the table clash out in the Talanga League, we've got Kiwa 33 leading Yakananda 12.
Nice work there, Scott Montgomery, for the plough in Tarrawingi. I'm keen to get down to that plough in. I've heard a lot about it.
I think Blake Escott frequents there during the week from what I'm hearing, and yeah, he's not on their top of the end list. He definitely makes a fool of himself, I've heard. So
Morey from the boundary, throw in, kicks the ball 30 out from goal. Sharp's tap was clever. Well read by Sammy Jewell. Out the back, working hard. Look, it might have been Barber. Got a handball out the back to Geddes. Geddes in return. This time got one back out to Barber. A quick kick. A hurried one there by Greenhill. Mimo works hard. He's chasing Harry Wheeler. Wheeler, oh, he ran into trouble. He had to give the ball out the back. He did to Bo Seymour. Punts the ball into half forward. Symes was there. Base of the pack. Coburn was looking for a few crumbs, as was Wiley, but the ball beats them all. It's out over the boundary line. 30 metres around from the Yarrawonga goal. 3-7-25. They lead Wodonga 3-1-19. 5 minutes gone. And that's on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. Luke Francis.
Boundary throw-in comes back into play. And that was Johnson up against Symes. Mathy got smothered by Coburn. Here's Harry Wheeler. Quick hands out to William Wheeler. And then a low ball along the ground. Greenhill goes in. Ball out of bounds again as Johnson sees it across. What have you picked up in the second term here, Scott Montgomery, for the Old Town and Country Tavern?
It's turned into a bit more of a battle, a lot more numbers around the footy. There's no one inside Wodonga's half at the moment, so it's just a bit of a territory game at the moment. Yarrawonga really pushing up high to try and keep the ball up there into the ground.
Wodonga get the ball back outside their defensive 50, but Masters did well. Got a handball, and a kick wasn't a good one, and it's been chopped out there by Geddes for Wodonga. So the kick from Sharp just missed the target. Geddes' kick, geez, it made his mate work hard for it. And he's got it at half-back, Dan Wortman. Wortman was going to go the short ball, decides he'll go the long ball. Down centre wing, flying high was Oscar Wilding. Spitteri's at the base of the pack. He's ragdolled. Good tackle by Bruce. Ball comes to ground. A lot of contested footy there now. It'll be balled up. We'll go down to boundary side to Sky Burgess for all Wodonga MG. Can you give us an update on the Wodonga coach, Jordan Taylor?
Yeah, I can. It's good news for Bulldogs boys. Yeah, he's just come off, had an ankle strapped and boot straight back on. He does not look phased whatsoever, so he's just having a jog up and down, ready to go back on.
Geddes has taken a defensive mark for the Bulldogs in those orange boots. He stands out, very conspicuous. Goes to Sam Jewell, still inside defensive 50, the Bulldogs, as we tick over or up to the 7-minute mark on the Macca's time clock. Second term here, JC Low Oval, round 5 action. For O&M Live, Sky Burgess, Scott Montgomery, Robbie McKinlay and Luke Francis. The Bulldogs move it up to centre wing. Pigeon gets in front, which was Fothergill. Ball at ground level, and Fothergill comes away with it in the end and then goes with a 30-metre pass down the line. Williams got pushed under the ball fairly, I thought, from Geddes, and the ball has gone over the boundary line, Robbie.
Yeah, boys, just on the Water stat sheet, Yarrawonga have gone inside 57 times already this quarter, so 1 a minute they're travelling at the moment and are yet to really damage the scoreboard. So it's one of those things, if they don't convert soon and we're not getting an easy one going the other way, it can really deflate them.
Howell's tap over the back to Coburn was clever, got a quick on the Fronfelder, and he's going to be penalised. There's a really good tackle there by Jacob Barber. And they're going to play the advantage rule, so it comes down to centre wing. Cade Brown missed a chance. Spiteri, good at the base of the pack. Gathers, kicks a good one. It created a bit of space here for Redcliffe. This boy can play a bit, or he might have got held. He did get held. Now Redcliffe immediately chips over the top. Brown's going to be courageous. He is. He didn't give a stuff what was coming. His eyes were fixed on the Sharon. He took a good grab under a fair bit of pressure. And he's got a chance to go back and square the ledger up here.
Yeah, great kick by Ethan Redcliffe. You saw the space, and Brown was running hard into it, and he had a lead-up option in Oscar Wilding, who decided to hold back and just protect Brown's back. Perfect forward play and forward craft there by both boys.
So Brown will aim this one at the right-hand goal post and try to bring it back with the breeze. He starts it right, he started too far right. It was never going to come back that far, and it's through for a minor score. 3-2-20 Wodonga. They trail Yarrawonga 3-7-25. That's on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. And on the Macca's time clock, we've gone 9 minutes, and this one's for solar integrity.
Yeah, it sure is. That play that came down to the forward pocket here, perfectly called by Robbie McKinlay and Scott Montgomery on O&M Live as the ball goes out to centre wing. Oh, going back to the flight was Barber. He did well. Just had to make a contest for the Bulldogs. Now it spills out the back to Mathy. He races away. Redcliffe out the back. Spiteri might have taken it. What a mark.
Grab.
Spiteri has juggled it. Left hand, a couple of bites, and well, the all-round sportsman will get a crack here at the southern end. And what can he do? Do you reckon he'll kick this one, Scott? Will he run around or go with the drop punt?
He's one of those natural sportsmen. He's just a freakish talent. Just needs to dedicate himself, but here he goes.
Hook kick, going to drop short. And Lee Masters, that man just seems to read everything. And he picks it off and takes a mark in the goal square. Goes with a thumping kick outside 50. And Pigeon went up, and he was looking for a teammate out there in Urquhart. Ball over the line. We'll have a boundary throw in, Robbie.
Sky, you're a forward for the Wodonga Raiders. What would have you done in that situation? Would you gone back for the drop punt, or would you done the old screw over the left shoulder?
Yeah, no, I would have snuck around as well. I've got little legs, so I don't have a whole lot of oomph behind me. I feel better on the run.
Well, I would have gone back and used the drop punt and put it straight through the guts myself. But anyway,
I'm with you, Robbie.
Yep. Harry Wheeler kicks the ball to half forward. Oh, nice knock back in by Morrison. He did it clever enough to not really want it to come back into play. He almost hit it deliberately.
The disguise deliberate, you're saying, Robbie.
He deliberately disguised that into his opponent's arm so it could go out of bounds, and he didn't look the guilty party.
Deliberately made a mistake to make it look like he didn't mean to do what he wanted to do.
That's how good he is. Now the ball comes back into play. Jace Brown there with Howe. Ball falls away now of Mason Marr, who kicks the ball high towards Spiteri, and it's a good mark taken by Ryan Bruce. True centre wing, Luke Francis. 5-point lead to Yarrawonga. We've gone 11 minutes into this second quarter.
Certainly have. I think Scott Montgomery picked up. That was a
free kick.
Yeah, I think he might have jumped a little bit early, and I think that's called unrealistic attempt, boys.
Thought it was a perfect example of an unrealistic attempt anyway. Got missed, not to worry. Boundary throw in, outer side edge of the 50. Brown.
Well, you're both wrong.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Wasn't called.
It might have been someone else that was wrong, actually, Robert.
What do you think, Sky?
Oh, yeah, look, I don't think he was ever going to get it. And if anything, in the back, unrealistic, it could have been anything other than a ball up.
Three people wrong and Robbie right. The umpire. Take it away, Luke.
So Urquhart outer side now for the Pigeons. So play a little stagnant. He goes very wide to Griffiths, but that's okay. Clutches to Sharon, just under the scoreboard. It is a ripper here too at Yarrawonga. Inside to Urquhart, so they haven't gained any territory here. They're in fact conceding ground back to O'Dwyer. Now he's going to straighten up O'Dwyer, and he loads up and he goes with a high kicks or forward entry here for the Pigeons. Bulldogs defending back there, getting back with Sam Jewell. Lawrence brought down in the heavy tackle, and we'll have a stoppage inside 50 for the Pigeons, Robbie.
Indeed we do. I just took the headset through. I've got Jordan Lawrence down here in the boundaries. Like, Sky, quickly for Wodonga MG, what's Jordan Lawrence doing down there?
Jordan Taylor.
Jordan Taylor, sorry.
No, you're right. He's been waiting to go back on for a while, and he's just walking back up and down to keep warm, but he's ready to go. I think we're just waiting for someone to come off for him.
All right. Well, free kick's gone the way of Lockie Howe.
Yeah, it was infringement in the ruck, Robbie. Just a bit of a block and a push out. Yep. So that was probably the right call, that one by Buckets.
So it'll be directly in front, but he's probably going to have to kick it 45 metres, Lockie Howe. Into a little bit of breeze. If you look at that windsock, it's probably favouring Wodonga a little bit. Oh, that's a Stephen Kernahan mongrel up-country punt kick.
I reckon he learnt that at Blackburn.
Wow.
That was Blackburn boys taught him that one. In Gus's territory.
Whoa, that had one of the most horrendous spins I've seen on a football for a long time.
Did it spin fully around once?
You couldn't make a Sharon do that.
Not deliberately anyway.
That was a true Stephen Kernahan kick.
There's a boundary throw, and it's in the forward pocket. They're still in their attack here. I'll check with Scotty Montgomery soon, these inside 50s this quarter for Waters' stats. Here's a chance for Mitchell. Mitchell, a nice centering kick, left foot, but well read. Oh, was that a 50? He's put mayo on it. I think he's put a bit of mayo on it, did Morrison. And he plays on Luke Francis, and he finds a teammate with a beautiful pass in the midfield. It might have been Sammy Jewell.
Yeah, and they move it to the outer side, Robbie, so the Bulldogs away here, and they kick it down the line to the half-forward flank. Now Spiteri's in a race for the ball here. What can he do with Bruce? Oh, gee, did well, Bruce. And he went on to Mitchell, and they go out wide to Morey. They come back the Pigeons to Lee Masters, and he goes out wide, and he picks up a teammate. So Fraunfelder working his way down the ground. So they're just outside defensive 50, and they come back again. They retreat the Pigeons. And Masters has got Mitchell out here in the 43 Guernsey and plays on for the Pigeons and gets it out to Sexton, and they're away, Robbie, the Pigeons.
Sexton with a beautiful drop punt. Oh, that'll be 50, I think, or will it? No, Morrison just held the gun back a little bit then. The mark was taken by Ironspawn. One-on-one contest. Ball come to ground. Symes like a rover. At ground level was brilliant. Mayfield didn't have the footy. Play on was a call. Symes went back in. Got a hurried handball. No one in particular at this stage. Clayton was there to collect. Free kick. Whistle. It's going to come the way of
Fothergill.
Fothergill. So I didn't see that one. Monty, you're our resident umpire.
Just got grabbed off the ball, I think, Robbie. And then obviously as a small forward does, he threw the arms back and the umpire went with it, but I think it was there. But just as you asked for before, Robbie, in the inside 50s, it's 9-4 Yarrawonga's way in this quarter. So they're getting the ball down there. It's just that they haven't quite converted yet, have they?
So, Mont, how many inside 50, 9 times? How many goals this quarter for that?
Just the one.
Just the one. So Fothergill there, they need this to reward themselves as Tommy Johnson comes back onto the ground. Nick Fothergill, he allowed way too much for that, and he's just scraped it through for a minor score. 3-8.
Well got your boys. We've just had Gus Jones come off so that Geordie Taylor can get back on. He's back out there.
Finally got him back on. It took a while. It's a 6-point lead to Yarrawonga. We've gone 15.5 minutes. Here's Luke Francis on O&M Live.
Sky Burgess making her debut on O&M Live today. Boundary side for Albury Wodonga MGs. The ball is left of centre wing on the near side. At ground level, Bradshaw got wrapped up in a tackle by Sexton. He was all over him like a onesie. And then the Bulldogs brought another pigeon down, and we'll have a stoppage.
Luke, you've pulled some zingers in the last couple of weeks, mate. I like that one.
I like that one,
Well,
Lukey.
boys, I saw some guys, wearing onesies the Wagga Gold Cup yesterday. It wasn't a good look, Robbie, I must say.
All right, mate. We'll think about that. Now, Cassidy went in again, and now free kicks, I think it might be Fothergill again, or Sexton will probably take it for him. Cassidy's playing a really good sort of dumb role here. He acts as if he didn't know what was going on, but he did it really well. He knew what was going on. He held it back as long as he could. So Fothergill will take the free kick. And this time he just sits it up into that pocket, looking for Symes over the back. Oh, Willie Wheeler nearly ran onto it. Here's a chance for Cassidy. Coming at him is Logan Morey, and it is gone over the boundary line. And Morgan and Cassidy, a bit of a real... Describe that one for us, please, Sky, down on the boundary for Wodonga MG.
Yeah, not much in it, boys. A bit of a jumper scuffle, as we'd call it.
It's called a measuring competition, isn't it?
Typical Myrtleford girl.
So the ball back into play. That's Sky Burgess down there for Albury Wodonga MG. Bruce goes in. Nice mark taken by Williams. And, well, he's got 2 on the board. He kicked him in the opening term. And, well, he's about 40 out directly in front to the Lake Marwela end. What do you think, Scott Montgomery, for the Old Town and Country Tavern?
Well, we've seen him already. He's kicked 2-2, and there's been some shanks in those 2 that he's missed. So I'm not sure if I'm willing to tip him, but the distance shouldn't be an issue, that's for sure.
Yeah, Lee Williams has got that left shoulder heavily strapped. Comes in.
He celebrated too.
Oh, he did.
He did the old and he's missed it.
Yeah, he did. He went the early crow.
He did very, very early.
And then it faded away to the outer side, so one behind.
That's embarrassing.
And we've almost got 17.5 on the Macca's time clock. 25 plays 20 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Solar Integrity brings you this second term. Here's Robbie McKinlay on O&M Live.
Here's Big Symes. He took the mark, played on. Loads up from 60, and he misses to the left-hand side as well, so another behind. Yarrawonga, 3 goals, 8. They have kicked this quarter. They've only kicked 1 goal, 3 this quarter. It feels like more, doesn't it? It feels like they've had so many chances. So they're playing on, and they're going to get it through Cassidy. Clayton. He handballs it back to Wodonga, and they'll break from half-back through Jewel.
Yeah, they certainly do. So Lee Masters going back for the Pigeons, got cleaned up by Taylor, completely incidental. Then on to Mitchell for the Pigeons. He's under a ton of pressure and in trouble. Johnson's got him wrapped up.
He's popped the shoulder.
Yeah, let's go. Scott, what's happened?
Lee Masters popped his shoulder, and that clash with Geordie Taylor is really struggling, and he's in a bad way.
Oh, he certainly is.
I'm not going to shoot him like Gus did last week when he went over with a rolled ankle, but yeah, I reckon his shoulder popped out. It might be back in now. He's in a lot of pain.
Might be just a stinger, hopefully.
Yeah, Mars got the ball in the meantime for the Bulldogs and goes inboard to Clayton. Well, it's purely incidental. An absolute accident. Look at him. He wants to play on him,
He'll
Masters.
be right, I reckon.
He doesn't want to come off.
He's tough.
Hey, just what we see here, guys. Clayton's got a chance to go back, kick a goal and level the scores. Yarrawonga have dominated the last 10, 15 minutes. It'd be a real body blow if he kicks this one, boys.
Yeah, this would hurt. That's right, Robbie. So Clayton strolls in. He'll kick from about 45 by the time he makes contact. Puts it on the boot to the southern end. Sailing, just knocked through on the line.
I reckon.
That hurt.
Well, has he? He has too. So Seymour, he got a hand to it, but it was beyond the line. And a major going to Clayton. What a great kick. And the Bulldogs, well, as Robbie McKinlay said, The Pigeons all with the first play, couldn't capitalise, and Wodonga grab a major. Scott Montgomery from the old Town and Country Tavern.
Yeah, boys, that's the first goal in 18 minutes in the quarter. We had a goal by Yarrawonga in the 2-minute mark, and now, it's now the 20-minute mark on the Macca's time clock. So it's been a while between drinks, but as we're talking about the inside 50, so this quarter it's 11-5 in Yarrawonga's favour, and they've only both kicked the one goal. So it just shows that if you can hit the scoreboard when you go in, it can change the whole aspect of the game.
And Willie Wheeler was pursued there by Josh Clayton, who has kicked 2 goals this afternoon, along with Lee Williams for Yarrawonga, the only multiple goal kickers in the game. Scores a level. Up they go. Howe won the tap. Working hard there was Mark Wiley. And again, the ball is not going to get out there. Jacob Barber applies a very strong tackle. So 26 all, 20 minutes gone. For Albury Wodonga MG, Sky Burgess, what are you seeing down there in the boundary?
I'm just trying to keep an eye on Masters at the moment. He seems not phased by it, but I was very hard hit. I don't think Taylor meant anything by it. It was 2-on-1, and I think he was actually prepping himself to protect himself.
So Marg released the handball to Jewel, kicks up high, and sitting underneath it is Ironspawns. But Terry got out of the road in a hurry. Ironspawns kick inside forward 50, but it's not working. And again, it's that man there who's been pretty good down there. Sammy Jewel marks and kicks it beautifully to centre wing, and the mark's taken by Redcliffe.
Yeah, so a long way from home. Robbie is Ethan Redcliffe, goes with a short one and was pretty hard to take for Wilding. He got it on the half volley and Pigeons took it away, and then down to Sam Jewell, and the Doggies retreating here. They're now in defensive 50. This is Greenhill. He'll go to Maythie, and Maythie's got some room to move. If he wants to take on Wiley, he does, and now he handballs over the top. So the Bulldogs through Miles Jewell. Tries to get it on, and he does. So what can the Doggies do here? Building up nicely to Clayton. So he's very wide on centre wing, just under the grandstand. Barber in a one-on-one with Harry Wheeler, gets a hand to it, bouncing still in play. And now William Wheeler has some time.
That's against Barber.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just stupid.
That was down on in front of the commentary box, Robbie.
Ooh.
I think Harry threw one then.
This is more than a jumper scuffle, boys. There's a few swings being thrown down here. I don't think there's any contact, but they're going to pay a 50 regardless.
He sucked him in beautifully there, did Harry Wheeler.
And they'll pay another 50 here. 100 metres, Josh Baker, that is stupid. Absolutely stupid. Just dumb.
Yeah, they got sucked in. They got caught in your moment there.
100-metre penalty, boys. And if they can score a goal here, it just swings the momentum that Wodonga probably had.
And Harry Wheeler, he's going to go from half back.
And that's a fair 100 too, Robbie. Look where the umpire's setting
I suppose
up.
when you look where it's from, you'd run your 100, you'd get there in 11 seconds, wouldn't you, Mike?
Yeah, maybe if I had 11 seconds 5 times, yeah.
So Harry Wheeler's going to come in, and he's going to put Yarrawonga back in front, whether it's going to be by 6 points or 1 point. I reckon it'll be 6.
I think it'll be 6.
I wouldn't commentate a curse, boys.
I've done that all year.
It's pretty windy down here, I'm not going to lie.
In comes Wheeler, and straight through the guts, Sky Burgess.
There it is.
And they are back in front, so 4-8. Yarrawonga 32, lead Wodonga 4-2, 26. A 6-point lead, 23 minutes gone. And that's on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. And boys, yeah, just they got... It all started, was right down in front of us here. It was a bit of a shepherd and that, and Barber got a little bit
Barber
aggressive.
just went on with it a little bit, didn't he?
He gave away the original free kick, and then
went on with the 50 with the push and shove, which is fair enough, but then Josh Mayfield to kick the footy while it's on the ground was just silly, and that extra 50 just gives them that easy goal. When Wodonga probably had swung the momentum back their way after Clayton's goal and got the game back on level pegging, especially with all the inside 50s that Yarrawonga had this quarter, but for that one to come back now, if they were to get another one before half-time, it's right back in their way.
Yeah, that really stings the Bulldogs. There's no doubt about that. Griffiths after it in the middle. He's being challenged by Maythie, and then the Pigeons. Howie gets brought to ground by Brown. Right. Good tackle. So Brown will get it here for the Wodonga Bulldogs. Morey taking a while to give it back to him. Just chewed up that extra second, which was good for the Pigeons to get back. Brown, high ball in forward. Bruce flies, went with a swing, and then it looked like Redcliffe caught one in the back. Let's play on a Masters has caught one high.
Barber again.
He's a star, this guy. So if you just tune into O&M Live, he popped his shoulder out moments ago in this second term league Masters, and he's continued to play on. He hasn't come off the ground. Scott Montgomery for the old Town and Country Tavern.
Boys, this is his 6th possession for the quarter, which takes him to 15 for the game.
Well, just like last week, Gus McLeod was writing an obituary out, and Monty went chapter 2.
I said I'm not like Gus. I know how tough he is, so he'll be back.
You did, mate, be fair. Wiley, a pumping kick down centre wing. good grab too. Oh, Williams has been paid the mark. No, that's good umpiring. So I think there's a bit of a misunderstanding. Play on was a call. Williams went quickly. It's a 2-on-1 here. Morrison went back with courage. Now he gave us a footy. Got through one. Got through a second. Handball released back to Baker. Baker comes across the ground. They've got a mile of room here. Dan Wortman dropped it overhead. He's got a chance to get a bit of a reprieve. You'll have to go straight up through the middle of the ground. Bradshaw's going to go on from here. Bradshaw, middle of the ground, goes short. Kicked it to Tommy Johnson. He had Clayton on his outside. He stays with the footy. Johnson told to play on. Under pressure now, kicks wide, and he finds Clayton.
He does find Clayton, so what can the Bulldogs do here? He goes short with about a 20-metre kick to Mimo, and he dropped the mark. And now Wortman comes from behind, pounces on it, did well. Scrubby old kick, drives along the ground. Ethan Redcliffe tries to get his hands on the footy. The Pigeons bore in more like vultures.
There was a push.
And there was a push,
I reckon
was
it's
there?
going to go to Spiteri. He played it a treat.
Well done.
And I wonder what kick he'll use here.
Oh, well.
No choice now.
That's right. He must kick a drop punt.
Yeah, that's right, Sky Burgess for Albury Wodonga MG.
And this is why you kick a drop
Now, I
punt.
think you can still kick a snap, but you just have to finish
Kick
it
a
in
line.
line. Yeah, so you
I
start.
wouldn't get too clever in this
Well,
situation.
we're talking about a Spiteri here, Robbie.
I know I coach him in cricket. I know a bit about the lad.
32 plays, 26.
He'll kick.
So Yarrawonga up, but if Spiteri kicks this, he's pushed it
Out on the
across,
full.
the face of goal, and it's hit the behind post.
Wow.
And that is the long break here at JC Low Oval, Yarrawonga, and haven't we got a game on our hands? This is a beauty, boys, on O&M Live, and at half-time it is the Yarrawonga Pigeons 4-8-32 to Wodonga Bulldogs 4-2-26. The second term brought to you by Solar Integrity. And boys, the half-time show coming up very shortly, Robbie.
It is indeed, and we might just Sky Burgess just stayed out there. There was a little bit of feeling there late in that quarter. Looks like both the huddles have separated.
Yeah, they're not close like they were on the warm-up. They're taking their distance this time. It's starting to get, as the intensity starts to lift, they start to get a bit argy-bargy, and we're starting to see a little bit of that now.
There you go, Sky Burgess down on the boundary side for Albury Wodonga MG. It is half-time. It's a 6-point lead to Yarrawonga, 4-8-4-2. Entertaining game of footy, no doubt about it. We'll be back for the second half. Not too far away, but we'll have a bit of a chat at half-time, and we'll go through what we've seen's been happening. We'll go around the grounds, update a few of the scores, check out the netball, and we all come back. This is O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere, and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care. I love it.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero. The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of...
Visit Supreme Sky into O&M Live on 1566 3NE.
Yep, Supreme Skylights, Monty, are Deluxe dealers and installers offering the entire product range. You can visit the showroom at 109 Murphy Street, Wangaratta, or the photo gallery. They've got a great website, skylifts.com.au.
Well, when I called a game with Sprinkles the other week, he actually had the Supreme Skylights app open. I think he was going to get on there and start looking for when he decides to build a house with Mole and move out of your joint, mate.
Push him along a bit,
mate.
mate.
Oh, don't worry, I was suggesting it for you, Robbie. I'm trying to look after you. But
old Sprinkles the way this weekend.
Yeah. Tell you what, the bloody Sprinkles usage in your household would have gone up since he's moved in, wouldn't it?
I used to like him on my little fairy cakes, and I've got none left now because he uses them on his ice cream.
Every night, isn't it?
Well, Mott, before we go into the game, I'll get you to go give us a halftime score if you've just joined us, and then we'll get you to update a few of the netball things. The other game, there's a bit happening in the other game, I'll tell you what.
There's a lot happening everywhere, isn't there, Robbie? So for those
what do you got for me, mate?
So those just joining us here at Yarrawonga, we have Yarrawonga leading 4-9-33 to Wodonga's 4-2-26. 100-metre penalty late in the quarter gave Yarrawonga the second goal for their second goal for the quarter, which gave them that goal lead at half time. In the other game, Robert,
yes,
one not many of us were really expecting at half time. We've got North Albury leading the Wodonga Raiders 6-1-37 to 3-8-26. So 7 scoring shots to 11.
How would Panda Blake Escott?
I tell you what, that call, I feel sorry for Gus and the boys up there with him today, because he will be up and about and he'll be unbearable if North Albury are having a win. But hang on, we might.
And did we get any updates on how Panda played second?
We don't know how he went, but they got beaten in the reserves 77-21. So we haven't quite had an update yet on how he went, but I'm sure that will come through very shortly.
Mont, the other thing that's just struck my attention too is the raffle winning tickets there, mate. Just write this down, 89018.
Robbie.
Just in case you and I happen to be on the back end of that.
We'll double check that one later.
As you're going around the ground checking the scores, just check the numbers on that, will you?
We'll just do a North Albury, a netball update for Yarrawonga news and gifts. In the other game, the Wodonga Raiders and North Albury had a draw, which was probably a bit of a surprise for the North Albury girls, who were undefeated, I think, weren't they, Robbie?
They'd won their last 3 games.
Last 3, yep. Yeah. They got on a bit of a roll, but a draw there to the Raiders. And then the game here at JC Low Oval, we got Yarrawonga quite comfortable leaders at the moment, nearly full time in that game, 46-21 against the Bulldogs. So, that one's probably all over. Yarrawonga's home, I would have thought.
And Mont, there's a big game going on out in the Tallangatta League today too, and I can tell you at half-time, Kiwa Sandy Creek, and this one's up at Butson Park in Yakananda, so the Hawks have made a really good start. 8-5-53. lead Yakandanda 3-21, so 5-goal lead there.
Geez, Yak have fallen off the pace a little bit, haven't they, with those top three? If they lose this one, they've lost to Barney, Chilton and then Kiwa. So, yeah, falling off the pace of those top three, probably after their undefeated run last year.
Yeah, we had Holmesy, their coach, on the all-rounders this morning, and he was pretty honest, man. He was really we're all disappointed what happened with COVID last year, but he was really hoping his young group could have played a final series, and he'd get a really good gauge on them. Yeah, as you know, mate, it's the ultimate test. So, but draw in the netball. Gee,
that's massive, isn't it?
Hannah and Ree and Gus calling that action. 42 all.
Well, let's be honest, the girls would have got Gus through it again because they're carrying him really on that netball coverage. He's not really pulling his weight, but they're doing a great job, and it would have been a great call to have. Just in the AFL games as well, too, at half time in the two games. Obviously, massive 2 o'clock blockbuster at MCG. Got Richmond leading Collingwood 61-37, so 4-goal lead there at half time. And up at the SCG, which is probably a bit of a talking point here. Gold Coast are 3 goals up at half time to Sydney, so 48-31. So that's one that, your son won't be very happy about that going on there.
He won't. He will be happy about this score, though. At quarter time, Holbrook 6-4-40 lead Lockhart 1 goal. And it'd be a windy old day at Lockhart today.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a great day, would it? If Andrew not playing, I would have sat at home, I think, and just said it's probably a bit far for me. But anyway, let's move on to this game, Robbie. It's been a cracking first half, and probably not a pretty game, but it's a good contest, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It started a little bit. It took a long time to get the first goal on the board. In fact, it was 8 minutes, and then after that, it was another 8 minutes. So, but after that, I thought the game sort of really warmed up. But Yarrawonga have certainly had more balls inside their forward 50. But they
for the game it's 25-14, so they've gone inside 11 more times, mate. So it's and it shows they've had 13 scoring shots to 6, so they've had the 7 extra scoring shots, just haven't quite been able to hit the scoreboard enough, and left the door open at the moment for Wodonga, because they could have probably blown this game open if that was said 9-4 on the scoreboard.
Mont, we made a comment to each other just during that ad break, just after the second quarter finished, and I just thought that at times they'd been guilty of popping the ball a bit high. They've got Symes, they've got Williams there.
Yep.
But in these windy, tricky conditions, the ball tends to float out the back, and the backman puts himself in the right spot.
Absolutely, and it looks like Morrison and Jewel have been just setting themselves up and using body, and the smaller guys like Wortman and that have been able to just be the ones that take the mark, even though the body work's been done by their bigger guys. But it's one of those ones. Frontfelder hasn't been seen today, really, have we?
No.
He hasn't really, and it's probably one of those ones they won't have to go through him as much because they've got the 2 big forwards now. Is it something they maybe just to say, well, let's go back to our old ways. We've got the big guys there if we need to, but let's look for Bailey a bit more, because he's the match winner out there for them, I think. If they can get the ball in his hands a bit more, he's someone that can really hit the scoreboard, because he finishes his work off when he gets his opportunities inside 50.
Well, Frontfelder here 2 weeks ago, he kicked 6 goals against Myrtleford.
There you go.
And he kicked 4 of those 6 goals from late in the third quarter in the final quarter. So 4 goals in a bit over half an hour's footy. That's the sort of thing that he can do, so they're going to be really mindful of that. But I agree with you, Mont, that they've got to be very careful that they don't just keep focusing on Symes and Williams up there, because Lawrence and Frontfelder can be very dangerous.
Absolutely, they can. And we'll just go through some more of the Waters stats, Robbie. In the clearances, it's 16, Yarrawonga leading Wodonga 10. As I said, the inside 50s are 25-14. The major players, Wiley's had 13 to half time, Lee Masters 15. Harry Wheeler's been a little bit down today. He's only had the 8. Willie Wheeler got held really well in that second quarter, which I think might have been what a bit of this scuffle was about. I think Jacob Barber might be putting a bit of work into him, and that might have been what this scuffle down in front of us was about. But he only had 3 in that second quarter to take his total of 14. While on the Wodonga side, Josh Mayfie's on 9. Bradshaw's got 8. Baker's got 8. Barber, who we spoke about, only had 11, but he had 9 of those in the first quarter, so I think he's doing that run-with role as we speak. And Josh Clayton, who's sort of playing a bit of a different role off half-back today, he's had 8 as well. And our flex-out physio quarter's best, I think that Lee Masters was fantastic again with 6 touches for Yarra, and Harry Wheeler really stepped up. And for Wodonga, I think Baker, Morrison and Clayton were their best in the second quarter.
Dan Waltman's been good too.
He's been great. As I said, I think he's one of those guys that's probably playing a good role because he hasn't had to play that key spot. The big guys are doing the job on the big forwards, and he's been able to just get around the back of those packs and take some easy marks. And he's been that outlet kick as well a few times when they're trying to switch the play and get out the other side. So he's a smart player, Dan, and gets to the right spot.
Yeah, all right. Well, Wodonga are back out in the ground pretty early here,
I think
Mike.
they wanted to get in the sun, I think.
Yeah.
The old change rooms here at Yarrawonga, their away change rooms aren't the best, and they are quite chilly.
Our sort of cue to maybe go to a break is when the umpires look like coming out. They're on the other side of the ground there. We haven't seen them yet, but I think Yarrawonga will be too far away. We might take the opportunity to get a break in. When we come back, we'll have all the third quarter action here. It's a 7-point lead to Yarrawonga, 4-9-33. Wodonga 4-2-26. It's been 2 goals to Lee Williams and 2 goals to Josh Clayton for Wodonga. This is O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care. I love it.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just
Wide Metals Wangaratta, your local steel supplier specialist. You're listening to O&M Live on 1566 3NE.
You are. We're straight into third quarter action. Here's Luke Francis.
Yeah, 7-point lead of the Pigeons as the Bulldogs go down forward. And could they strike here early in the third term? So Jordan Taylor has taken a mark. Well, wouldn't this be a great start, Scott Montgomery, for the Old Town and Country Tavern?
Yeah, what a start. And they moved it really well from back half to front half there. But a couple of changes. Geordie Taylor's gone forward and Lee Masters gone forward. So I think both carrying a little niggles, probably the reason why that's been pulled.
Jordan Taylor to try and put the Bulldogs back within a point at JC Low Oval in Yarrawonga. Third term comes in, steers it through beautifully. He's got it, Jordan, and the Bulldogs are underway in the third term. So a great start puts them within a point. And well, gee, isn't this game just wonderful? Watch a super contest, Robbie McKinlay, as we do this third term for STY medals.
Absolutely, and that's one thing about Jordan Taylor we've seen when he's been out on the ground there. He is a pretty good set shot on goal. He hit the post against Albury famously last year, but Monty, that was a clinical finish.
It was, wasn't it? He beautifully set it out to the left and just let the wind do its work, because it is a fair breeze looking at that windsock on the other side of the ground there that is still pulling the ball around a bit.
Yeah, for all Wodonga M&G, Sky Burgess down the boundary. What's your thoughts on that breeze?
Yeah, the last quarter, in second quarter, it's really picked up. It's quite strong going across the ground, so he's done well there.
Mayfield got a handball to Jace Brown, who decides to kick it straight with the breeze across the ground. Ryan Bruce is appealing for deliberate, and buckets don't rule him out here. No, he says, throw it in. He doesn't mind a bit of theatre every now and then, buckets, but he played him a treat, didn't he, Monty?
He did.
Had him eaten out of his
just
hand.
held onto it, didn't he?
So what's he done here?
He's just told him roughly where the umpire's going to get it to, which is great by buckets if he knows exactly where the umpire's going to throw it to.
Not a bad.
And he wasn't far away.
Into the breeze. Mayfie's tackle was very vigorous and fair, or was it? Yes, I think it is.
No, free kick.
It is free kick. It was initial call was probably right. So Willie Wheeler wheels around and kicks it to the far side of the ground. Fothergill goes short. That's a nightmare for us.
Even if that kick there from Wiley, if he takes a mark, it's still a tough shot. He needed to be more at this side, especially with the wind pushing across the face of goal.
Yeah, so the time clock, as Robbie mentioned, yet to kick off here in the third term. We're probably gone a couple of minutes. Now Ethan Redcliffe picks up the ball on centre wing for the Doggies. Morey took it away from him. Urquhart trying to go in. The Bulldogs go again. Urquhart out to Mitchell, swings it. Hurry kick onto the left boot. A blind one. Johnson for the Bulldogs got brought to ground but tapped it onto Clayton. Then they go through the middle. Wortman onto Mayfield. Mayfield goes with a long kick. High ball forward for the Bulldogs. Yep, Jordan Taylor over the shoulder. Was it, Scott?
No, I think he wrapped the arms around. So
is the advantage paid?
No, bring it back.
He's got to come back. So Ethan Redcliffe trying to sneak through there.
No luck with the raffle either, guys.
No good. No, thanks, Robbie. Cheers, just ruined me third quarter there. But, yeah, definite free kick. As soon as you see that arm go around the midriff of the player in front, it's going to be a free kick every day of the week. So Jordan Taylor have a second shot on goal here. Or they have paid advantage now.
Well, there you go.
He blew it.
Redcliffe kicked the goal.
Well, Redcliffe's goal.
Well, that was...
Well, I think Buckets, who is the coach of the umpires, might have pulled rank there and said, no, let's let that go on and pay it all clear. So I think that's might have been what's happened.
There we go.
He come from the centre of the ground and, yeah, the decision was changed.
Yeah, so he pinched one, Ethan Redcliffe.
Ethan Redcliffe
You take it.
His second. So 6-2-38. Wodonga lead at Yarrawonga 4-9-33. That time clock still hasn't started, but we'll go around about 5 minutes. In the middle of the ground here. Good work there by Clayton. Mayfield was beset upon. Great tackle. Sexton out of the middle, pumps it long. Is it going to come back?
Yeah, it's going to come back.
Because this one's rolling and rolling towards the back. So they're going to come back.
What a tackle, but
Jesus, ferocious. Was it Brody Coburn?
Yeah, I think it is. Just young Josh Mayfield, just blindsided. He did well to turn the corner and get around one opponent, but the second one come in hard off the square and, yeah, just nailed him from behind.
Gee, Lockie Howe all on his own here at half forward. At half forward, Lockie Howe, he ignores him. Coburn, left foot kick, deep. Meads the target, and Mead pulls in a bookie. We've seen he's got a pretty good pair of jukes over the last 3 weeks, and he got that, just got a nice run at it. No one was able to upset the apple cart, and Baker was outpointed on that occasion. Big kick coming up here for Jackson Mead.
Well, all the momentum at the moment is with the Wodonga Bulldogs after the first 2 goals of this third quarter. So massive kick on goal here from Jackson Mead.
45 out, 45-degree angle kick on the way. It's going to keep working right. Oh, Williams takes a good one.
Well,
and I tell you what, his mates next door in the corporate box have come up and had a look at him. They said, have a shot. I don't think he'll let him down here. It's very tight angle. He'll go for the banana, I think, or he'll run around his left, goes the banana, and he bangs it through for a beauty! Still on goal today, Lee Williams. He has 3, and Yarrawonga get the margin back. In fact, they take the lead by a point. What a game of footy, 39-38. We've gone around about 7 minutes here in the third quarter, and we're doing it for STY medals. Down on the boundary side, for Wodonga MG, Sky Burgess.
Yeah, the crowd's really starting to lift here, guys. You're starting to hear all the yelling, and the crowd are pretty happy with that goal.
I think the halftime break usually brings the voice out in the crowd, doesn't it? I think the can sales go through the roof at halftime, so that's why the voices get a little bit louder, I think. But yeah, definitely needed that one, Yarrawonga. As I said, the momentum was definitely for Wodonga at the start of this quarter, but Lee Williams just showed his worth there. Big body on the line, who was able to take a grab and finished it really well, like a key forward should. Yeah, 1 point in it. On the F45 Wangaratta scoreboard, the Pigeons lead by 1 point on their home turf over Wodonga. So third term, and the Macca's time clock has started late. It is going, but what have we got? Probably 5 or 6 points. About 7. Yeah, okay, that'll do us. William Wheeler in the middle. Brown goes in. Matey tries to have a crack at it. Oh, Griffiths did well. Came out of the contest and drove it forward for the Pigeons. Ball at ground level. Bouncing. A go again through Sexton. Weaving his way. Got brought. Or tackled by Barber, spits it out. Now this is Ironspawn, one way back, the other low ball in forward. Coburn had a crack at it. Now Thrawn felt it. Coburn will go again. Clayton for the Bulldogs. Look at this ball toing and throwing from one side of the yellow. Thrawn followed a ball to ground. Boys, this game's gone up a notch. This is great footy, Robbie McKinlay, out here at JC Oval.
Great call, Lukey Francis. Yarrawonga 45 out from their goal. Umpire Michael Bouquet will toss the ball in the air. Howe got the tap. Well read by Clayton. Handball towards Mayfi. Overran it. Mimo was there. Bradshaw was there. Fed the ball out to Barber. Barber off half back now to down the line. And that one there, the kick was Miles Jewell, but it's beautifully read by the man who reads it better than anyone. He'd be a good tarot card reader, wouldn't he?
Oh, wouldn't he?
Lee Masters. Baker was good. Handball back to Greenhill. Cop one high. Barber, who's not popular. Oh, they gave him a little bit of razzle-dazzle. Spiteri couldn't get the fist into it. Mitchell takes a good grab. This game's heating up a little bit as Mitchell plays on.
It is on. Mitchell thumping ball inside 50. Oh, Fothergill hit the turf. Playing on Bruce around the body towards goal. Bouncing. Oh, one behind. He has kicked to the southern end. Oh, this is fantastic football as we go to Scott Montgomery for the Old Town and Country Tavern. What do we got on the stat sheet, Scott?
Yeah, on the water stat sheet, Yarrawonga have gone inside 55 times already this quarter in the first 10 minutes. So they're definitely keeping up what they've been doing the whole game, and just got to make sure they start to hit the score a little bit more, or else Wodonga will stay in this game and really be able to get back into it.
Baker out of side for the Bulldogs, wilding in pursuit of it. It's a wide ball though, and the ball has gone out of bounds on the far side here, centre wing. Here's Robbie McKinlay on O&M Live as we watch a magnificent game of footy here, Robbie.
Yeah, the F45 Wangaratta scoreboard shows Yarrawonga leading by 2 points. And we've gone around about 9 or 10 minutes into this third term. The scoreboard clock didn't start on time, and I didn't bring the spare one. Barber, who's not that popular in the crowd here. Barber again, handball at the back to Bradshaw. Bradshaw, a left foot kick to Johnston, who's been a little bit quieter today, Tommy Johnston. But he's under a good opponent.
It's probably gone over his head a little bit too. I think because Masters has gone to him quite a bit, they're trying to kick it away from Masters, but that obviously hasn't happened either with Masters having 16 already for the game.
Good contest all the same. Hit Masters and Johnson. Ball, the throw-in's a high one, a bit shallow. Howe was good. Got it onto Ironspawn. Handball through the middle of the ground now. Coburn off the left foot. Got dealt with by Barber a bit crudely after he kicked it. Bounces okay in the end. Chance here for Ironspawn. He's clever, the boy. He's clever. The kick's a wobbler. And it goes out of bounds in the full. And it will be Morrison who'll bring the ball back in for the Wodonga Bulldogs. They trail by 2 points. And we've gone 10 minutes into the third quarter.
So Morrison in the back pocket, deep. Broadcast side here at the southern end. He was called around behind his mark, and the umpire's going to do it again. So he's straightening him up here. Morrison still wants the switch. So he goes short on this occasion to Wortman, and then Wortman, high chip kick onto Sam Gill. Just come off, Scott, didn't it?
It did, yeah. There was a lot of pressure there from young Griffiths, but just didn't quite get there in time.
Goes inboard to Greenhill, so the Bulldogs just outside defensive 50, and then Greenhill, about a 40-metre kick, down towards centre wing now. Miles Dew going after the pill. He just couldn't pick it up off the turf. Now this is Wiley for the Pigeons. Wilding just came in and kicked it off the turf, and then the ball has gone out of bounds, left us centre wing on the far side as we do this third term for STY medals, and we'll go down to Sky Burgess, boundary side for Albury Wodonga MG.
Thanks, boys. We just had Cade Brown and Jace Brown come off for a spell. The Yarrawonga haven't had much rotation going through, so they must be happy with what's going on out there.
And we're pretty happy with your work too, Sky Burgess. Doing a great job down there in the boundary for Albury Wodonga MG. Big game tomorrow for Sky. Raiders up against the Panthers in the North East AFL Women's Competition.
Boys, just quickly on the water stat sheet.
Go for it,
at the moment, the clearances are 5-4, pretty even Yarrawonga's way, but the inside 50s, it's 6-2, so they're definitely on top there.
Johnson got a tap to Mayfield. Mayfield's kick was smothered. Mimo did all right. Kick off the ground by Bruce was okay. O'Dwyer gathered the footy. Handball now to Sexton. Sexton through the middle of the ground. Long kick. They've got the numbers. Baker should read this beautifully. He does. So Baker for Wodonga. Marks. Kicks it straight down the line to Barber. Got the ball back to Baker. Baker with a kick should find Spiteri if it sits. Didn't get a great bounce. His tap was sort of towards Jewell. Jewell gave it back towards him. Coming through hard was Welsh. Welsh took the footy. Hello. Buckets is... What's happened here?
Got leg there, Sammy Jewell, as he was trying to run through. Just sort of got grabbed by the leg to stop his run, but it's a great decision from off the ball.
All right, so Jewell will get the ball inside forward 50. Low penetrating kick. Mark wasn't taken there by Oscar Wilding. Jordan Taylor with a big, strong tackle brings the ball to ground. And it'll be a ball up 20 metres around from the Wodonga goal. They trail Yarrawonga by 2 points. And on the Macca's time clock, we've gone about 13 minutes. Luke Francis.
Symes and Wilding will contest this one. So let's see what happens here. Big fist away by Symes towards the boundary line. Defensive one. Mathy sees it across the chalk. And we will have another boundary throw in. So as Robbie said, 2-point ball game at JC Low Oval, Yarrawonga. Sky Burgess, Scott Montgomery, Robbie McKinlay and Luke Francis for O&M Live as the ball comes back into play. Spiteri has first crack at it, puts it on the boot. It's a wayward kick. It's drifting off. Good mark by Seymour. Defensively in the back pocket. That was a beauty. Then puts it on the left boot. He's turned it over as he went to Mimo. So indirect kick, and then the Bulldogs still fight for it right out there on the boundary line. Mimo trying to keep it in. It still is in play, and then brings a pigeon to ground. And again, over the boundary line, a long way away from our commentary position. Again, as we do this third term for STY medals. And, well, our clock started late, didn't it, boys? Probably, what, about...
Add 5 minutes onto that one, boys.
Yeah, probably about 14 gone here, third term.
Here we go. Good work there by O'Dwyer. Symes won the tap, and he got it to Masters. They did that very nicely indeed. High ball. Johnson was underneath. They got numbers. Baker, who's been good this quarter. Kick across the ground to Barber. Barber has it centre field for Wodonga.
Fifth possession for the quarter, boys, for Barber.
Goes short to Clayton. Clayton ran around his opponent, Harry Wheeler. Kicks it wide. Taylor. Oh, the umpire's down. He's gone down. And there's a Wodonga player down as well. I'd get up because it's not a great look. He helps him up. Josh Mayfield got cleaned up by the umpire. Geez, won't the boys love that?
That's one for the highlight reel on Tuesday night at Shane.
Don't that down in a hurry. Cleaned up by an umpire. He was smashed to the ground. There you go. I wonder if that one will come under the video review. Take it away, Luke Francis.
Yeah, and polite too, Robbie. The umpire helped Josh Mathy up off the turf, didn't he? So
it was a lovely act of generosity, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just flattened him and he picked him up.
Yeah. Mowed down by the man in green.
It's going to throw this one in again. I think, boys, it was a bit of an unfair advantage for Geordie Taylor in the ruck.
Yeah. So take two here as the boundary umpire has another crack at it. And again, still 2 points in it.
He's going to cop it.
Had it been a bigger unit, the umpire might have been in a bit of trouble, but little Joshy probably doesn't weigh as much as a few of the other boys.
It wasn't buckets.
And ball at ground level going in iron spawn. He's wrapped up. A lot of players around that pill. And the umpire try and sort it out again. So a stoppage here.
That was him.
Yeah, that's him.
That's him. He's
Free
a
kick.
weapon. He's an absolute weapon, that umpire.
Yeah, no, he's showing no signs of that heavy contest, is he?
No, he's
and I
tough.
tell you about a guy who's tough and showing no signs of that pop shoulder earlier is Lee Masters as he goes deep to the pocket and on to Mitchell. And then he goes to sharp Robbie, so the Pigeons have it on the edge of the 50 broadcast side.
He does indeed. I'm just still trying to get over that last incident there. I hope that comes under review, that. Bo Seymour, nice little chipping kick to Iron Spawn. Iron Spawn spots up Willie Wheeler. Willie Wheeler gets it on the first bounce in front of Bradshaw. Went one way, went back the other way. Bradshaw was having nothing of it. Morrison, a clever little half kick off the ground, finds the boundary line and it'll be flung back into play. 70 around from Yarrawonga goal. They lead a nail-biter. It's at a real interesting situation here, Scotty Montgomery, isn't it? 40 to 38. Next goal, big.
Yeah, absolutely. A bit of a stalemate the last couple of minutes. No team's probably got the momentum at the moment, but the next goal could really shift that momentum for the rest of the quarter.
Symes knocked it down beautifully to Fothergill. Hands up to O'Dwyer, who's at the back of the contest. Rush, kick forward. Lawrence, and then on to Griffiths, who puts it on the boot. And it fortuitously ends up in the hands of Williams. So he's kicked 3 today. He'll have a shot at his 4th major. Let's go to Scott Montgomery for the Old Town and Country Tavern.
Oh, yeah, good forwards always in front, first to move, and Lee Williams was in front, and the kick just fortuitously fell on his lap, so here he goes for his 4th.
Yep, strolls in Lee Williams. He likes it, and he bangs it straight through the middle, and doesn't he give it to Sam Julie? Let him know about it.
Didn't he? What?
And I tell you what, Robbie, the boys are stirred up. Oh, hello. And Sam Julie's got Iron Spawn in the head with a right softie. And the ball's making its way back to the middle. So
a lot of pushing and shoving, but I don't know if there's much going on there, boys.
No, exactly right. So again, the time clock kicking off late here, but the scoreboard is the Yarrawonga Pigeons at home here in the 3rd term at JC Lowe Oval as we wait for this scoreboard
8-point
just
lead,
to
I
tick
reckon,
over.
lads.
Yep, that a bit, and it's 6:10:46. The Bulldogs. The Pigeons leading the Bulldogs to 6-2-38 on the F45 Wangaratta scoreboard, Robbie.
Gee, some good work in the midfield there by the Doggies. 3 or 4 players got involved. Redcliffe runs with the footy, got it back to Clayton. Look out, Coburn's got him. He handballed in a hurry. Quick release might have been by Greenhill. It was Ma back to Mimo, and Barber couldn't take the ball under a lot of pressure from Will Sexton.
It's a nice luxury Yarra have. That is to roll their second ruckman, and it just happens to be Brandon Symes. It's not a bad luxury to have, is it?
Yeah, and the Doggies have, Jace Brown's been doing a lot of work in there.
Yeah, I tell you what, he's battling away hard, but he's not winning too many taps, but around the ground he's finding the footy.
He's at the contest again. He did well, Jace Brown. Paved the way for Mimo. Picked up and dumped flat on his back. Big tackle. Ooh, it was a real state of origin stuff there, and it's going to be balled up by the umpire who doesn't muck around with players, the man who just dismissed Josh Mayfield. He's going to ball it up. Take it away, Luke.
Okay, so Brown went up and then he fell to ground. Johnson's under this pack and he's wrapped up by a couple of Pigeons. Masters is there, and so too is Fothergill. And that man in green will ask for that Sharon back. So
I see the boys getting away out of the way behind him now.
Mate,
They're scared now.
Get out of my way.
Yeah, no, a lot of room at that stoppage, isn't there? So as play goes on, and I tell you what, in all honesty and seriously, there's a lot of players around the pill. And again, it's wrapped up. So, boys, what do you reckon? 8 points in it. The Pigeons are up. We're probably going about 20 in the 3rd term. It's a close contest.
They do the next one, Lukey Francis, I reckon. And the real stalemate here at half forward. Mitchell's been okay off the right foot towards Coburn. Mead came through hard. Bradshaw was okay. Quick release. It might have been Wortman was working well over the footy. Came out now to Harry Wheeler. Got it back to Willie Wheeler. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell goes wide and finds Iron Spawn. He has Symes to go short to. And Symes might have Fothergill. No. Good blocking there by Dan Wortman. He's going to force Symes probably to just go long down the line. He'll go short. No, he's going to kick it out of bounds. A full, I think. Almost into the corporate box. And Big Brad Thompson there doing some good work on the boundary for Wodonga. Just brushed aside Jackson Mead there, and there's going to be a throw in. The young umpire. Slender in, young fella. Take it away, Luke.
Yeah, right down in front of our commentary position here. So Symes in the ruck with Brown, and then coming away was Coburn. Long ball inside for the Pigeons. House tried to claim it. It's play on.
That's caught holding the footy then.
My goodness. Yep. Good call, Scott Montgomery for the Old Town and Country Tavern. He was right onto it. So They're out on the outer side, and Bradshaw has a bounce for the Bulldogs in those blue boots. Look at him go. Handball's over the top to Mimo. He's hot. Yep, and they play on. Oh, missed Bradshaw with the handball. Goes again, Bradshaw. And now the Pigeons will get it. Yep. So it coughed it up. And, well, they'll come back here through Lawrence, Robbie.
Yeah, it was good work there by Lawrence to kick off the left foot. Okay, Wortman again, who's been excellent today. Wiley read the ball footy. Spun around one way, spun around back the other. And a kick again. And Mark Wiley, for an experienced footballer, at times hasn't really read that breeze very well. And he's kicked that one out of bounds in the full. And it will be Baker, Angus Baker, who will bring the ball back into play. He thought about going short to Jewell. He decides he'll go down the line. He kicks it infield a bit to allow for that breeze. High ball, Masters from behind. Got a big fist on it. Mimo was there. Couldn't get hold of the footy. Big pack of players. I think this one's going to come out in a hurry. And the tough man of umpiring is going to say, give it to me, boys. And they said, yes, sir. And they get out of his road and he's going to throw it up, Lukey.
Yeah, his stakes are going up today, Robbie.
He's got street cred, mate.
He's your man, isn't he?
He's a thug.
He'll ride up the training this week on a Harley or something, I reckon.
Yeah, I reckon. A leather jacket and shades. Yeah, rockstar style. So out to Clayton. Bulldogs, right of centre wing, far side. Matey Urquhart straight onto him. Ball knocked out of bounds as we go down to Sky Burgess, boundary side for Albury Wodonga MG. How are things going down there, Sky?
Yeah, really good. The rotations have really slowed down, so the boys are really taking their time to get some air in before they go back out.
Very good. Boundary throw in.
I bet he gets first shot at the showers. Too old, mate.
Brown has a double crack at it. Ball at bootlace level, rolling towards the scoreboard.
Shut up,
Bradshaw goes in to pick it up. What do you think, Scott?
Oh, Robbie's lost me here.
Sorry, and a good mark by Sexton. So Sexton at half-back. It's a little bit of a stalemate, isn't it? It's just sort of pinging from half-back line to half-back line. You get the feeling as Howe goes for a great grab and takes it in front of Dan Wortman. The side that can put together 5 clinical minutes of football here might win it. Fist from behind was good by Greenhill. Here's a chance for Sexton. He got through one. He had to handball in a hurry. Mayfield was there to mop up. Got it over the top to Mimo. Mimo inside. Handball to Jordan Taylor. Back to Mayfield. Quick hands. Mimo was absolutely brilliant. Dan Wortman over the footy. Did well. Kept paddling the footy. Regained. Did okay. Handball over the top. He was looking for Isaac Cassidy. The boundary line was close. And right in front of the big scoreboard here, Scotty Montgomery, which shows an 8-point lead to Yarrawonga. What have you got for me?
Just on the water stat sheets, boys, a couple of the running totals for this quarter. We've got Baker's had 6, takes him to 14 for the game. Barber's also had 6, takes him to 17. And Josh Clayton's had 4 to take him to 12. While for Yarrawonga, Willie Wheeler's got 5, so he's really got going, gets him to 19. Mark Wiley's had 3, gets him to 16. And Lee Masters has had 3, gets him to 18.
8-point lead of the Pigeons in the third term, brought to you by STY Metals on O&M Live. Sky Burgess, Scott Montgomery, Roy McKinlay and Luke Francis with you this afternoon. Hope you're enjoying the action as the ball goes out of bounds on the arc of the 50. Far side at the Lake Marwayla end. And just getting a little bit cool, guys. The sun's gone down now.
Well,
it's gone behind the clouds. Mate. Yeah, you're right, Robbie, yeah.
I did lend you mine, then I put Coke all over.
we got showered, didn't we?
Sorry about
that. That's fine.
So, ball in a bit of congestion. I reckon, no, he's not going to. He's going to ball it up again, so that's okay. So the ball is at half forward for Wodonga, around about 70 metres out from goal. Monty, what do you got for me?
Just quickly around the grounds, mate. Just up at Burleigh Park, we've got North Albury leading 8-4-52 to Wodonga Raiders 4-10-34.
Ooh, so that's a 18-point lead, Monty?
Yes, Robert.
Wow, that's not good news for you, Sky Burgess, but anyway.
No, I'm not sure what is going on over there. It doesn't sound like the boys. I might have to watch the video back of that one, I reckon.
Coburn, handball to Mead. Mead can control it. Over the top here, Lawrence, handball to Fraunfelder. Here he comes! And he's missed it. They've missed another golden opportunity.
Doesn't normally miss those, Bailey, does he? He's normally really good around goals, but yeah, that's their 10th inside 50 for the quarter, Robbie. And I've got him down for 2 goals. Yeah. So they just haven't quite been able to convert.
He went the banana or the check side there too, Scott. Was that the right?
Probably not the right option, really, is it?
Type of player, though, around goal. He can sometimes do that, as we see Baker kicks towards Mayfield. Put him under a little bit of pressure. Baker came back to help out. Mayfield stayed with it. Good tackle there by Harry Wheeler. Mimo came in hard. Ball was knocked out. Good umpiring. Let it go a little bit. That's the way. Here's a chance now. Wortman. Gee, he's been good today. Thumped the ball to half-back, but that man Masters takes an absolute beauty. He might be amongst the votes again, boys. Don't be surprised if he's leading the Morris Medal.
Absolute star, Lee Masters. He's just unreal, this guy. Oh, he's excellent. And he has the ball about 70 out from home, or 80 out, and he goes short to Fraunfelder, about a 25-metre kick, and then goes wide. Fraunfelder for Williams. Oh, gee, knew he got two hands to it. He did, and just dropped it. So let's go to Scott Montgomery for the water stats. Inside 50, Scott, this quarter. What are they?
Yeah, so 11-4 Yarrawonga's way. So that gets them to 36-18. So they've had double the inside 50s for the game, and still only up by the 9 points.
That's right. We're just not seeing it on the scoreboard as Howe takes it out of the ruck quickly on the boot. Williams one-on-one with Morrison. Holding, will it be? It is. So Yarrawonga have a chance to skip out.
For a handful here.
Yeah.
Lee Williams.
That's it. So 4 to be, would it?
Five.
He's up to 5.
This is third for the quarter.
Yeah, three in a row. Third for the quarter.
That was a bit rough, boys. I think there's a bit of holding going on both ways, unfortunately.
Yeah. The forward normally gets the call, but doesn't he?
It's unfortunate being a defender, isn't it?
And in he comes, Williams, and he has got 5. So the Pigeons get out to a handy little break here as we work up towards the third term break at JC Low Oval, and the Wodonga Bulldogs dearly need the next goal. Roy McKinlay here on O&M Live.
It wouldn't hurt him.
Boys, just quickly on the water stat sheet. We're speaking about the inside 50s, but one other spot on the ground where Yarrawonga are really on top is the clearances. They've had 14 this quarter to 9, so 5 in front, which gets them to 30 for the game to Wodonga's 19.
Sky Burgess for Albury Wodonga MG. Yeah, I tend to agree with you. It was a little bit either way, that one.
Yeah, I can say that Geordie Taylor, their coach, was
be
on the bench, and he wasn't really happy with that call either.
Yeah, the free kick's going to go the way of Howe.
Yeah, that's the right call.
Yeah, get him out of the road a bit, clear the scene a bit, Buckets. Punch. Fraunfelder! This is him. He'll probably kick this. He's a freakish type of footballer! You betcha he's kicked it! Bangs it through. Yarra get 2 in 20 seconds. Still on goal today. That's what Bailey Fraunfelder can do. As we said, this game has turned in a hurry.
Very quickly, very quickly. Finally, they've been able to hit the scoreboard with those 2 in 20 seconds, which really just blows open now. 21-point lead on the F45 Wangaratta scoreboard. And I'll tell you what, boys, if they get another one before three-quarter time, that might just about do it.
Yeah, so Robbie McKinlay, he called it when Fraunfelder tried for a banana or a check side and missed. Well, his next opportunity was lapped up.
He's got a license to frill, Luke.
There you go,
He's got
Robbie.
a license to frill.
As the ball comes back to the centre, heart of the ground, JC Low Oval, as the sun appears again from behind the clouds, and going through here for the Bulldogs as Clayton weaves his way out of traffic, whacks it on the boot and gets a rush kick down forward. Morey on to O'Dwyer for the Pigeons, and then Masters, a left-hand hand pass to Griffiths. So they'll get out here, the Pigeons, defensively. They work it to centre wing. All in one, just falling in front of Wiley was Greenhill. Ball knocked out of bounds adjacent to the scoreboard. Robbie McKinlay, again, as we do this third term for STY medals.
Yeah, I don't know, Mitch, you just get the feeling that a guy like Tommy Johnson, who hasn't got into the game just yet, if he can have it lighted up a little bit, they just need the next goal.
I'd nearly throw him in the ruck. Yep. Just Jace Brown's been battling his way, but just throw something different, get his hands on the ball around the ground. But yeah, they need to find him and get him involved in the game, that's for sure.
Griffiths involved, Wiley involved too. Handball goes out the back and it's linked up at half back. And looks like is it Sexton out
Sexton,
there?
yep.
So it's Will Sexton, kicks the ball nicely. Coburn's had a good game today, takes a good mark on centre wing, defensive side of the ground. He's handballed off this time to Sexton. Kicks the ball inside forward 50. Williams in front, couldn't get it. Back to Sexton. Sexton a handball over the top. Lockie Howe just needs to trap the ball. It won't bloody sit for him. Now it does. And Jace Brown greets him. Like Jace Brown's going to put him in the Murray River. The way he's going. And he's pinged him for holding the ball, has he?
Well, the umpire definitely, I think he's paid.
Oh, he has. Ooh, there'll be no arguments here, boys.
Yeah, not with him.
He says, give it to him. No.
Oh, now
he's got a Nelson
wow, the
Butterfield.
Wodonga boys.
The boundary umpires overruled the hard man of umpiring. Oh, look out, young fella. Hope you're not travelling home in the same car.
Yeah, it took some time, didn't it, that decision anyway? Ball came back into play eventually.
There's a push.
And then there, well, yeah, wasn't it close? So a stoppage just outside 50 here for the Pigeons. 59 plays 38.
Boys, just quickly for Yarrawonga News and Gifts, got a full-time score in the netball, 50-22, Yarrawonga beating Wodonga.
That brought to you by Flex Out Physio. As now the ball is brought out by the Bulldogs. Morey tearing back for the Pigeons, just missed it. Spiteri just says, let's get out of here, boys. Try to get it on the boot. Bulldogs through Wilding, went to ground. Morey, the Pigeons win it back again, and they come this side, and they've got Bruce. Did well just in front of Mark. Now he's got Einspawn on, but he's very wide. Fraunfelder's led for him. He ignores him. Went for Wiley. Ball went over his head. Einspawn has a crack at it. He's wrapped up by Jewel. Miles Jewel.
Oh, hang on.
He's gone, is he?
No, what's going on? There's
One
two
umpires.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's overruled him. Oh, you'll feel the wrath of that. Here we go. Hang on.
I think the siren's gone.
Conference, is it?
Not about
Siren's gone,
and
boys.
Two umpires just tapped each other on the shoulder and said, no dramas. They can sort that out. What do you make of that, Sky? Burgess down on the boundary for Wodonga MG. I didn't hear the siren amongst all the kerfuffle.
No, I didn't hear it either. There's too much yelling going on in my ear, but I think he ducked that tackle, and that's where the confusion come from, because you could see it from this side.
There you go. Well, Sky, good job down there in the boundary for Wodonga MG. Well, that finishes third quarter action for STY Metals. It was one that, in the end, Yarrawonga put a little bit of scoreboard pressure on. They dominated the play, really. They struggled for a while to make it count. They did eventually. They extended that lead to 21 points. And Wodonga have got it all to do ahead of them in this final quarter. When we come back on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care. I love it.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
And grab yourself a good feed. You're listening to O&M Live on 1566 3NE.
Welcome back to the JC Low Oval. Yarrawonga 8:11:59, lead Wodonga 6:2:38. We're just breaking up from a three-quarter time. Monty, we're going to first get the flex out physio's quarters best from the last quarter. And who caught your eye?
For Wodonga, I thought Baker really started to get a hold of it, found the footy a bit, really started to use the ball really well coming off half back. Jacob Barber was really good too through the middle, and Josh Clayton started to find the footy, having 7 touches, while for Yarrawonga, the same old. Lee Masters was fantastic again, having 6 touches, and Willie Wheeler, really good, just really setting them up through the middle and was instrumental in getting them inside 50 as much as they did, going inside 50 12 times for the quarter.
Now, for all Wodonga MG, old Honey Nose Burgess was down there having a bit of a listen, a bit of a look. What you find out for us?
Yeah, Wiley was really happy with the boys. He's just had a quick chat to them to tell them to set up quicker and to react a little bit quicker and to really put the foot down. He wants them to push because he knows Wodonga aren't going to stop coming.
There you go. That's thank you, Sky Burgess, for all Wodonga MG. To start all the action in the fourth quarter for APCO Wangaratta, here's Luke Francis.
Yeah, Jace Brown and Lockout in the ruck, Robbie, as the game started, and Harry Wheeler, came out of the middle for the Pigeons and drives it forward with a good long ball. Good contest down there between Wiley and Greenhill. Came to the front. Baker gets the ball away to Sam Jewell, and then he goes to Clayton, and Clayton comes back to Barber. So well done by the Bulldogs defence, and they win it out wide here, Robbie, and they have the ball on the half-back flank.
Yeah, they do indeed. So Harry Wheeler, what about that sensational tap?
How was the tap? Yeah.
They just read it so well. Just before that, Noah Bradshaw was sort of trying to play close attention to him and, shoulder to shoulder. And Wheeler just said, hey, listen, young fella, you're in the bush range at the moment. I'm just going to show you how it's done at a senior level. And he did it beautifully.
He read it well, didn't he?
He
just got moving, and that pace was able to get it forward.
And away he went. So boundary throw in. Howe again, who's been good today. And well, he's got it this time to Willie Wheeler. Off half back, thumps the ball into the middle of the ground. Barber's handball was good over the back to Wortman. Wortman, a handball release was good to Baker. Got it back to Wortman. He goes short, and he can't find Jordan Taylor. Taylor brought the tackle in on Sexton. He might get pinged here. No, he hasn't.
I think Geordie Taylor tried to pull the old hole, fell underneath him, and looked like Sexton dragged it in, but umpire was onto it, so great decision.
So just over about a minute and a half gone, a final quarter action. Yarrawonga lead 59-38. Here's Luke Francis.
Yeah, boys, and gee, wasn't the Wodonga bench vocal in that third term? I thought our commentary box was going to get airborne. Going to be like Dorothy and Toto. Just take off. Clayton on centre wing gets the ball in the boot and stumps it down forward. Went over the top of Redcliffe and his opponent. And then Seymour battling for it with Johnson. Did well, Seymour, in the end. Kick sort of got half smothered, comes out to Willie Wheeler. Beautiful kick, and finds Howe in the middle, and there's another one on Bruce. Look at that.
Front felder, look at front felder.
Oh, gee, Bruce's advantage. Yeah, Fraunfelder in the clear. Can he get to it? It bounces in front of him. And now the Wodonga Bulldogs have a chance. Oh, well done, Fraunfelder. He goes again and picks it up, gets it out to Bruce. And Bruce thumps it in, top of the goal square. Let's have a look who's back there. Williams goes up. Couple of bites of a cherry. Griffiths, snap, goal.
Oh, touched.
It was touched. Oh, gee, that one would have really stung the Wodonga Bulldogs, but it was touched, and it's gone through for one minor score. 60 plays 38 on the work locker Wangaratta scoreboard, Robbie.
Yep, Barber plays on from fullback, brings it back in. It's a bit of a test out there. 2-on-1. Yarrawonga got the nut. Fraunfelder spun out of the tackle. Finds its way to Masters. That seems to happen a lot. Masters' kick is magnificent. Centre field finds Fothergill. Fothergill, midfield. Don't forget last week, Yarrawonga led by 38 at three-quarter time and lost the game. Today, they led by 21. They currently lead by 22. So, you know, it's something to think about, lads. Don't rule it out yet. Kick is deep. Looking for Symes. Over the back, the fist was good. Bruce was ready to pounce. The boundary line beat him. Quickly down to Sky for Albury Wodonga MG. What's the injury countdown like there? Been pretty good today, I think.
Yeah, no, Geordie Taylor's the only one that's kind of come off and had a bit of a limp around, but the others that have been hurt have stayed out there, so they can't be too bad.
Boundary throw in, Lake Marwela end as Brown just hacks it on the boot and gets it outside defensive 50 for the Bulldogs. Ball knocked along the ground and out in front of the scoreboard. Scott Montgomery on the What a stat sheet. What would be the standout stat for the quarter, Scott?
So far, we've got the clearances 3-1 to Yarrawonga, and also the inside 50s 3-1. And Willie Wheeler started really well. Only 3 minutes in, he's already had 3 touches.
Umpire pitchforks the ball back into play. Howe in front of Brown. Came down to the front of the contest. Bradshaw got ripped to the turf by Harry Wheeler. Yeah, and he's gone cold. Looking for a 52. Won't be paid. So Harry Wheeler just under the scoreboard on the far side. Robbie McKinlay, here he is on O&M Live.
Yeah, North Albury still lead it by 4 goals too at Birrelea Park. They've started the last quarter. Sexton goes long, high, floating kick. Numbers are with Wodonga. And it's a good grab taken out the back there by Morrison, who chips it across the ground, finds Spiteri. Howe stands the mark. Spiteri slides the handball now to Baker. Baker has one bounce at half-back, comes down the line. Grandstand side of the ground. Redcliffe's there. Morey got a fist on it, went back for the footy. Bo Seymour's handball was clever. Oh, that was still in. I thought it was in, but...
Sorry, boys, that was definitely out.
There you go.
He tried to trick him, but no, it was out by about a whole ball. It was out, I reckon.
Good calls. So that's umpire, boundary umpire Nelson Butterfield there. So well done. He's got the support of Sky Burgess down the boundary.
Must be a dodgy angle up here, Robbie.
Sky brought to you by Albury Wodonga MG. The staff Noon has been doing a great job down there for us. So we've got a stoppage on centre wing.
Yeah, boys, just quickly around the grounds for the plough in Tarrawingi. North Albury 59 leading Wodonga Raiders 35 halfway through that last quarter.
William Wheeler to Fraunfelder, left boot, swings it right back into the danger zone here for the Pigeons. Going back green here, wants to find the line. The Pigeons calling for deliberate.
It won't be paid.
You're allowed to do that here.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, you're allowed to do that here.
Oh, wow. Oh, good.
We're going to laugh every week for that, I reckon.
Everyone appeals for it.
Rightio.
That's it. Here, Harry Wheeler, quick handball release. Inside to back to Fothergill. Fothergill off the left foot, the right foot over his left shoulder. Snap. Morrison marks last line of the fence. Yeah, I think a lot of the lads sit down and watch
Friday night footy. Gets them every week, doesn't it, Robbie?
Gets them every week. Whoa, over the back, the kick. It's going to find its way now to Jace Brown. He kicked in a hurry, trying to get the ball moving quickly here. Wilding, low to the ground, picked it up, got a quick handball release there by Jewel. Back on, now is a chance here. Wartman through traffic. Handball's going to be good. Kick off the ground by O'Dryer's okay. Spiteri run onto the footy. Might have to use his soccer skills. Got through one. Kick long to the top of the goal square. Redcliffe, Morey did it well. He's going to keep the ball in. Got a handball to Lawrence.
And
Lawrence got a little chip kick to Einsborn. They're off to the races here if you want to go, young fella. He doesn't. He holds it up, Luke Francis, and he decides to kick it to Lockie Howe, who's 5 metres from you.
He does, Robbie. So Lockie Howe wants to go back into the middle. Mitchell under pressure, and Miles Jewell came in on William Wheeler. Ball wrapped up now at the ground. No, spills out the back. So Ethan Redcliffe pounces on it. Got swung around in the tackle. Fothergill tries and spits the ball out by foot now to Masters. He's on the half-back flank, a little chip kick, and he goes on to Wiley. So Wiley, right of centre wing on the far side. As they slow it up here, the Pigeons. Fothergill, they're going to wait for some troops to get back here. And then he's got Griffiths on short, gets him. So they work it just left to centre wing here. 61 plays 38 on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. The Pigeons up on their home turf. Fourth term as we tick up past the 7-minute mark, Robbie McKinlay.
You just get the feeling they just get one more here, the Pigeons. They're just about home. Fothergill really lifted his work rate start the last quarter. Kick from behind. It's marked by Mason Marr. So last line of the fence, he goes short. Kick's okay. The handball ends up here with Clayton. Clayton goes long. Open forward line here. O'Dwyer and Wilding just one-on-one here. No one within cooey of them. O'Dwyer did okay. Knocked him off the ball. Kick off the ground was okay. Gio O'Dwyer's done well there. And he's found the boundary line. Just what a defender likes to see in that situation.
I reckon both of them were waiting for that boundary line to come where I think they were both pretty happy with that in the end because there was no one in front of him. So great result for both clubs, really.
Both happy to concede, and concede they did. It'll come back into play. Wodonga, they need this next goal, Lukey, and they have it about 70 metres out from their goal. We've gone 8 minutes in the final term. That's on the Macca's time clock, and we're doing it for our good mates, APCO Wangaratta.
Certainly are. Mathy came through in the contest, and now Coburn with it. Might be wrapped up. He's gone. So Mimo will get it. So what will he do with this ball, Mimo?
He's a bit of a chance.
We lay it off or have a shot, Robbie?
Distance, I reckon, might be. As you see, Oscar Wilding's trying to get around the back here, boys, for a hands-off, but...
Mimo, so just forward of the square. Big pack of players up more. He tried to claim it.
Gone!
Now he might be gone. Push in the back. So Morey comes across goal to Lee Masters, and the Pigeons go to Mitchell. Robbie, they'll get out here.
Here he is, Neil Mitchell, off half back. You can get him between 8:30 and 12 weekdays on 14.94 2OI and 15.66 free and E. The kick by Mitchell was good. Found Iron Spawn, and he finds Connor Griffiths. Real busy player, young Connor Griffiths. Always in everything. And he finds Masters. Masters handballs back to Mitchell. Handballs back to Masters. Midfield. Showed a bit of candy. Got around Mathy. Long kick. Keep an eye on Bruce over the back. Ball does it.
Free kick.
Free kick.
Dragged off the ball, boys.
It's going to go to Williams. Great spot up there by Scotty Montgomery. Is that what you saw, Sky Burgess, for Wodonga MG?
Yeah, absolutely. He did not try and hide it. He fully slung him off ball. There's nowhere to hide with that one.
There he goes. So it's
just one thing I've noticed, Robbie, from this last quarter compared to last week's last quarter, they're really taking the game on still. Yarra trying to move the footy really well from half back to half forward and get it deep inside 50, which is great to see.
I do have to say that got brought up in the three-quarter time huddle not to let last week happen again.
Yeah, as Williams sprays one uncharacteristically to the
5
right.
goals for today.
5 goals for to win. So it's Sky, that was mentioned at the three-quarter time huddle?
It definitely was. That's what they finished with, not to let that happen again, so it's fresh in their minds.
Well done, Scoop.
Scoop Burgess, yep.
Well, she's in close enough. She should have heard everything going on.
She was nearly behind. I reckon she actually had her arm around Mark Wiley when he was delivering the last little couple of words.
I reckon she's a script writer.
Sam Jewell comes out of defence, but he turns it straight over. So the Bulldogs are going to have to defend now. This is Sharp to the Pigeons. He goes in long, looking for Williams, chipping in with Sam Jewell. He did well. That was great, just cutting it off.
It's a 10th inside 52, Luke.
There you go, Scott. Scott brought to you by Old Town and Country Tavern this afternoon. And, of course, he's keeping those. What a stat sheet.
Good kick.
Yeah, Spiteri goes in, Robbie.
He does it. He finds Redcliffe, should run onto it just for a chance. Can they get one? Yes! No, touched. Mitchell, last line. Got a glove on it, played on quickly, and he's kicked it to Fothergill. But, gee, that was the one he just didn't quite take that little half chance there, Redcliffe. And that's the one they needed. It would have kept the margin. What would that might be? It's still around the 3 goals mark.
Yep.
23 points.
Yeah, it would have kept them right in this game, but yeah.
Yeah, so Fothergill has the ball and he should handball release it. He does. Out to Ironspawn. So just a few little nervous moments here for the Pigeons, but they get away with it. It's okay. They find the boundary line far side of the ground. Lukey Francis. We've gone 11.5 minutes final quarter for APCO Wangaratta, and it is 62 Yarrawonga. They lead Wodonga 39.
Yeah, certainly. So a bit of cloud cover again here at Yarrawonga. Coming over overcast. Have we got any around the
just quickly, boys
here, Scotty, for the plough in Tarrawingi?
Yeah, just up at Berrylea Park, 9-5-59 North Albury. Lee still leading Wodonga Raiders 5-12-42, so 17-point ball game in the last quarter.
There you go. Gee, isn't that huge? So North Albury, can they hang on as Barber has it outside 50 for the Bulldogs? They need a goal and they need one fast. Chipping in Sexton for the Pigeons. He dropped what he should have taken. And now the ball comes back outside 50. So again, the Wodonga Bulldogs will try and bring it back again. But Lee Masters tearing after it. And they'll come through and on to Mitchell, Robbie.
Yeah, he does. Mitchell, good handball release. And he went short and he found Sexton as Taylor and Masters untangle themselves down here on the boundary line.
Having a bit of moment, these two, actually.
Williams taps the ball at the back here now. It's going to be the other jewel in the crown. Miles handballs off to Clayton. Clayton, he's found a real thing for the torpedo mongrel punt the last quarter. It hasn't worked real well. Oh,
great tackle.
O'Dwyer got caught with his pants down big time. Big tackle by Redcliffe. Have to move it quick. Hasn't got a lot of targets on offer. Goes long. Young Geddes underneath it. Couldn't mark it. Play on's a call. Masters out over the back. Clears off half back with a kick. Almost centimetre perfect to the boundary line. And that's where they find it.
Yep, let's go to Scott Montgomery on the water statue. Lee Masters. Gee, Scott, you know he'd be running out of pens.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it run out of ink for him, but he's had 6 this quarter, gets him to 27 for the game, and Willie Wheeler's had 5 as well, it gets him up to 24. While for Wodonga, Baker's on 5, he's had 5 as well, gets him to 21, and Joshy Clayton's had 4, which gets him up to 19 for the game.
Yep, and back into play, Brown and Symes, and then holding on to the jumper. So Bradshaw will get it for the Bulldogs, as again it starts to get a little dark here in Yarrawonga, and then a thumping kick goes long. Lee Masters at the front, stood tall as he always did, but just couldn't quite hang on to it. Then he cleaned it up and went to Symes, and gee, that's a big kick out of defence, Robbie.
It's knocked over a kookaburra in that tree. Absolutely cracked him on the back of the head.
Wow, that was a monster kick.
And now, lads and ladies, this time of the day we start thinking about potential best on players, best on ground, our players here. So start thinking about that. They pump the ball back into midfield through Bradshaw. Symes is there. Masters is there. Who else? He is going to be a contender.
Right on, bloody tune.
Going to be a contender, Sky Burgess. Keep that in your mind as you go out there perusing the what's out there at the end of the game. As Masters kick, it's a gem. And he finds Mark Wiley just scooting around at half back. Wiley's he's content to hold things up a bit. And now he's got a play and he kicks it back to Masters. So Masters can orchestrate a defensive ploy from here. Lukey Francis deep in defence, 62-39. Yarrawonga lead, and we've gone 15 minutes in the final term. That's on the work locker Wangaratta scoreboard.
Yeah, 23-point margin, Robbie. So it's going to be hard for the Bulldogs from here, but they do have the ball on this occasion. They thump it back in. Bruce goes up, and so too is Spiteri, and the ball comes out through Griffiths. Now he plays on, gets it on the boot. Lockhow is in pursuit of it. He's got Greenhill right in his hammer. Did well, Greenhill. And I tell you what, Howe's pulled up short there. He's in a bit of trouble. As the Bulldogs,
I reckon, Luke.
Yeah, go in again. Johnson got spoiled by Morey.
Free kick.
Chop the arms.
Okay, Johnson, waste no time. Look who's there. Masters just shouldered his opponent under the ball. Ethan Redcliffe goes at it. O'Dwyer goes in. He's wrapped
in trouble.
up.
He's in trouble.
And he's gone, Robbie. Yeah, you called it. So O'Dwyer, who's in this last quarter, he took a while to get rid of it in the middle. He's been pinged down back again, and the Wodonga Bulldogs will have a shot on goal.
Yeah, and a goal just could make things a bit nervous if they can get 2 goals in a row here, Mont.
Yeah, absolutely. Young Gus Jones, great tackle there, so hopefully he can get back and kick this one and make it a real game for the last 10 minutes.
That's it. So Gus Jones to the southern end. Comes in. How's he done? He's missed it, has he? He's got it. Yeah, my apologies to Gus Jones. He's made no mistake. He's kicked a beauty to the southern end. It's gone straight through.
First goal for the quarter, boys.
It is.
Yeah, so there you go.
We've just had Lockie Howe come off, guys. He's pointing to the inside of his ankle. He seems to be in a fair bit of pain, so he's going to get some attention with that.
There you are. So that's Sky Burgess down on the boundary for Wodonga MG. And Mont, 17 points. They have got a heartbeat.
Bit of a heartbeat now, haven't they? 10 minutes, roughly 10 minutes to go, I would have thought. Yeah, it's game on, that's for sure. They need another one quick, but
Brown almost giving that tap, although Howe come over the top. Clever kick off the ground there by Willie Wheeler. Ball goes inside forward 50. It's almost bouncing along that 50-metre arc, Mont. I'll leave it up to you, mate, if it went in or not.
No, I'm saying no, Robbie.
Save a bit of ink.
Yeah.
Save a bit of ink.
Well, Masters keeps taking all the ink, so I've got to save it where I can.
What are Masters' stats for Watters?
He's up to 9 for this last quarter, which takes him to 30 for the game, mate.
30 for the game. Gee, that must be a contender for Sky Burgess when she starts thinking about who
think
she
she'd might be heading that way.
Have a chat to her after the game. Although Williams with 5 goals. 5 goals for you. In a low-scoring game, Mont, you can't dismiss that.
You can't, no, you can't.
Oh, hello. We might have a few here.
And a 50.
It's a 50.
It is 250. This is
Simesy,
interesting.
get out of it.
Yeah, and what Jace Brown needs to do is be happy with what the result he's got.
Well done by Willie Wheeler there.
50.
Dragged Simesy out of it to make sure he didn't do anything stupid.
And Clayton's got it now. So Clayton, they've handballed and played on. Clayton goes long. Can Spiteri get one out over the back here? He might be a chance if it sits for him. Oh, Mimo couldn't keep it in. Boundary throw in alongside the Wodonga behind post. They trail by 17 points. I reckon about 8 minutes left.
The umpires probably cost Wodonga getting in a bit quicker there because they played on during the 50-metre penalty, which you're allowed to do now, but the umpire sort of stopped it to make sure he could mark the mark.
Mimo tried to get his boot to it, just missed it or made slight contact. So I tell you what, a crucial time in this game, boys.
Been a bit of a momentum shift.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Wodonga's on top with the momentum at the moment, aren't they, boys?
Yeah, so they got it inside their attacking 50. Can they make the most of it here? Final term at Yarrawonga. Baker, he got brought down in a tackle. Bruce quickly puts it on the boot. It's going to be coming back in, though, because Wortman's taken the mark just outside 50. What's he going to do? He goes with a pretty good chip kick in towards Jones. He missed it. Out the back, Willie Wheeler, and plays onto Mitchell, Robbie. So the Pigeons hold up on this occasion.
Yeah, he'd been good, Mitchell. Had to go for torpedo. We all love that. Geddes goes high, out the back, chance here for Urquhart. Gee, if he gets hold of this, the game will open up. He does. Cassidy, great tackle. He spun him about 8 times. Surely he's caught. He is. They're going to play on with the advantage. K. Brown, skip through a bit of traffic, goes long. Spiteri, flow. He nearly pulled it in, the young fella. Ball stays in. Jules stays with it. Boundaries prevails. 40 metres around from the Wodonga goal. The Doggies are charging home. They trail by 17 points. 19 minutes gone last term.
Boys, just quickly around the ground for the plough in. Tarrawingi up at Burleigh Park. North Albury still hold a 23-point lead late in the last quarter. 65-42 there.
Okay, so what can happen in this contest? Bruce gets his hands on it for the Pigeons, so it just flung out to him by foot. And he was lucky to grab it, but he was in the right spot at the right time. Goes out very wide, looking for Urquhart, and ball has beaten him to the line over the chalk here. So just outside defensive 50, and we will have a boundary throw in. Worklocker Wangaratta scoreboard reads 62-45. The Pigeons up on their home turf, but the Bulldogs, well, can they get the next one and just, really put the wind up the Pigeons at home as the Pigeons come out of the contest again with Bruce, and then on to O'Dwyer, and by foot Robbie goes short, and he's got Coburn.
Yeah, Coburn will just go for a little chipper down the line, and I think is it Fothergill? And it is,
yeah,
on the far side of the ground there. So they just would kill for a goal here, the Doggies. They're going to go backwards. Fothergill goes all the way back to Masters, and he'll chip it back to Fothergill. So they're already taking a little bit of time out of the clock here. The Doggies have been tenacious here. They just cannot get that goal to follow up. We've gone 20 and a half minutes, only 1 goal this quarter.
Yeah, but a short
Wodonga
quarter.
Got it. So Yarrawonga, they didn't kick a goal in the last quarter last week, and they still haven't kicked one in this quarter. So at the moment, it's no cause for concern, but that 17-point lead just gives them a little bit of a chance, Luke.
It certainly does, Robbie. Let's go to Scott on the Water stat sheet. What do you got at the moment, Scott?
Yeah, just the inside 50s, boys. Both 10 apiece, but as you said, only the 1 goal for the quarter, so both teams just unable to capitalise.
17 points the margin, so the Wodonga Bulldogs need 3 goals as they start to work the ball through the middle of the ground. On the other side, Masters has taken an absolute ripper. I tell you what, that is a Mawson's concrete play of the day. Didn't he cling on to it? And then Bruce on centre wing. He's been fantastic in the last few minutes, Scott Montgomery.
He's been fantastic, but Lee Masters up to 11 for the quarter, boys. It's 32 for the game.
Scott brought to you by the Old Town and Country Tavern. We're doing this for APCO Wangaratta, Robbie McKinlay.
Yeah, thanks, Lukey Francis. Logan Morey. And, to be, guys, Yarrawonga in defence, I reckon they've controlled this situation pretty well.
Yeah, they're still moving the ball forward. forward too. They haven't just tried to sit back on it. They're still moving the ball around. They're not just waiting with it and then bombing it down the line. They're chipping around, but they are moving the footy around, which is good, instead of just bombing it down the line to their big guys.
Well, here's your man Masters. Put him down for another stat.
12 for the quarter.
Crazy.
Kick down the line. That's a good kick too. He finds
And one thing he does do with those 12 is he hits a target nearly every time, doesn't he, Lee Masters?
Whatever he does with polish. Mitchell, I love this lad's game.
Been good, hasn't he? Been really good.
Really good, nice sort of left footer. Got a nice do on him. And he goes backwards.
Defended really well when he's had to, young Mitchell.
Caden Sharp. And they've got a chance to go all the way back to the goal square, but he'll just go down the boundary line. Kicks it out of bounds. Sky Burgess.
I could have marked that one, I reckon.
Yeah, spoil from behind Sky. Taken away as Cade Mimo marks Luke Francis.
Yeah.
Last roll of the dice here for the Doggies.
It was a blunt kick from Sharp. As the ball goes in, Mimo into the centre, and then Jordan Taylor wheels and goes. Doesn't waste any time. Low spearing kick. Baker.
Great hit.
Okay, so he can't waste any time having a shot here. Robbie, he's got to get on with it.
First thing he's going to do is must kick it, obvious. But if he does, that'll bring the margin back to 11 points. And I reckon there might be 3 or 4 minutes left in it.
Yep. How are we going with the North Albury and Raiders score?
They're home, I think. But I'll just double check, boys, where it's at. Still hasn't moved. Yeah, still 65 to 42 there.
Baker hasn't quite got the legs. I tell you what, he made a good fist of it though. It was wide though, and it's gone out of bounds. And around the grounds, brought to you by the plough.
That's final score to it. North Aubrey.
Okay,
got
full
the points. Full time, boys.
How long since they won a game, Mon?
Well, they didn't win one last year, and they were a long time going in 2019, I reckon. So, yeah, be a while.
Yeah, good on it.
I'm going to say 25 games or something like that at least, I reckon.
Great result for the competition. Great result for the club. Hopefully they've had a good week. They've signed a good footballer in Dalton Langlands. They will get here at some stage this year, and they've got off the mark. And I think everyone in the league really hats off to them. Now Sexton overran the footy, so the ball stuck about 25 metres out from Wodonga goal. We're going to have another ball up. 24 minutes gone. I reckon only one.
Stoppage after repeat stoppage.
Happy to do it, mate. Happy to do this all day. Plenty of players over the footy. Wheeler boys are involved. Bradshaw just can't get it out.
They're diving on it, but they're doing it well. They're fumbling around a little bit and making sure that they're not just diving straight on it and stopping the footy. So they're playing this very smart here. Yep.
Take it away, Lukey.
Yeah, Robbie, it was a scrum-like contest, wasn't it? So there's Mitchell. He tried to get a bird. Players having a crack in here. Sharp goes in. Spiteri tries to kick it off the ground. Howe, look at him go in here. That is boring in. It's pretty hectic. And there goes Sharp. He did well, Sharp. Yep, got up off the ground and gave it to Coburn. And then on to Griffiths. That was Fothergill. And then back to Coburn. Well done. And then down the line, trying to find Williams. Stood up, had a couple of bites. And then Brown goes in. Now Mead has a crack at it. Look at this, Robbie. Players just trying their best here. Their hearts out in the last turn.
They're cooked, these boys.
There's a free kick. Buckets has got someone. And just trying to pick him up here.
There it is.
That'll put an end to that. 25 minutes on the knocker. The Pigeons prevail, and they'll stay in second position on the ladder with a 17-point victory. Yarrawonga 8-14-62 have defeated Wodonga 7-3-45, 17-point margin. And in the end, the Doggies just couldn't penetrate that defence, Luke Francis, in that last quarter.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Robbie. I tell you what, they were gallant, they weren't they? To the end, they absolutely fought tooth and nail, scratched and clawed all their way to the final siren. And they did have momentum at times, but they just couldn't capitalise, Robbie, and put it on the scoreboard. The Pigeons, though, of course, they're the victors on their home turf, so they bounce back after that, well, shocking last quarter. Shocking, I mean, in a way that shocked us all when the Rovers just were so fantastic in that final term. And the Pigeons, well done to them. They get their win on their home turf, and that takes them to 4-1.
Yeah, I want Luke just to, if you look back, if you go back to the week before, they didn't kick a goal in the last quarter. They didn't kick a goal in the last quarter today. They scored 3 behind. I suppose in the end, what they did do, I thought today, the big difference from last week is, and Monty made a really good point with it, they kept the ball going forward and they controlled the ball a lot better. They didn't ever lose momentum, and just the way they defended there, Wodonga just didn't quite have that big target to nail a goal there late. I didn't thought they were really under any pressure to lose that game.
Yep.
I would say Wodonga showed a lot of tenacity. Just they fought it out.
Absolutely.
They were going hard, as we saw right at the end there.
Yep.
Players putting their head
No, exactly. They played it right out to the finish line. Ran right through to that ribbon. And, yeah, that's right, Robbie. So, yeah, great field position today from the Pigeons. Yeah, if you turn it over and you've got field position, well, you've got a bit to work with, haven't you?
Yeah,
but if you keep working the ball back, you can see ground and then it turns over, we're in all sorts of trouble. But, yeah, we'll cross down very shortly to Scott Montgomery and Sky Burgess because those guys will try and pluck out our man of the game.
Batman and Robin down there, just about to pick one out. Hello, yes, the Sky.
Look at Sky's just wheeled around and said, what are those boys up to up there?
Always throwing us under the bus.
Now, Sky, they're just down there for our listeners on a radio. Just tell us what the Yarrawonga players are doing at the moment.
Wiley's just pulled them in to have a bit of a chat. They're all smiles, so I think they're just having a little bit of a debrief, and they're starting to come in now.
Right, and Monty, you've sent your man out, Scott Montgomery. It looks like he's grabbed hold of Lee Masters, and it is indeed, it'll be Lee Masters that Sky Burgess will have a chat to now.
Yeah, I've got him now, with me now, boys. So how do you reckon that went in the end there?
Yeah, obviously last week was pretty disappointing, so yeah, to sort of bounce back like that was pleasing.
Yeah, you had that last quarter where you were struggling to hold on a little bit. I heard it get mentioned in the three-quarter time huddle. Was that a bit of a focus to not let that happen again this week?
Yeah, it was. We've sort of trained for that all week. We're pretty disappointed about that. So, yeah, we ironed out a few things, and yeah, I thought we played it pretty well in them when they came.
I got to admit, your personal form was pretty good today. How have you been going on the track?
No, we've been going well. Yeah, it helps. We've sort of got all our personnel back apart from Gibbo now, and yeah, it just, when the boys are playing well, it makes it a lot easier for everyone else to do their bit.
You played really well today, but we did notice you had the shoulder issue at one point. Do you want to tell us what happened? Did it pop out, or?
No, I just copped a little stinger. I just went dead for a little bit, so nah, it's all good. Yeah, it'll be fine.
You did really well to stay out there, and a lot of leadership out the back there. So really impressed with the boys today, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Very good.
There we go. Sky Burgess with our player of the day, and not too many doubts about that. Lee Masters, another. I don't know what's the words to describe the way he just
class. Yeah, he's classy. Yeah, personified, and
yep.
Gee, I reckon he's been a bit modest there, Robbie. I reckon that shoulder was nearly out. He said it was a stinger. Geez, it looked more than a stinger to me. He is tough.
He's everything you want in a player, and we've seen that. He's just getting better and better, and he's got this ovens and Murray League sorted at the moment, mate, hasn't he?
What? Yeah, it's just amazing. Just his positioning. He just seems to be there at the right time every time, and then his follow-up play. He must be. Well, he's a fit trout, isn't he?
Yeah.
Lee Masters. Yep.
And the other, speaking of Lees, the other Lee who was probably in contention too for that award was no doubt Lee Williams. His first game today for the Pigeons after injuring a finger just before the start of the first round, and he's kicked 5 goals for, and he just gives him a target.
Yeah, what an inclusion. He was absolutely outstanding. Yeah, first up from a break, so he's only going to get better and better. And look, that's what they need, a focal point to straighten them up, give them some confidence, and fantastic performance today from Lee Williams, Robbie, as you said.
Yeah, no, couldn't agree more, mate. So all round at Yarrawonga, they end up winning it by 17 points. They trailed at quarter time by 2 behinds. They pulled back a really good third quarter. They really dominated play there. They stretched that margin out. The only goal of the final term, Gussie Jones was rewarded for a good tackle, and he kicked a goal at the 16-minute mark, which got the margin back to 17 points.
Yep.
And as it turned out, there were minutes left at that point in time, but there was no more inroads made into that scoreboard. Yarrawonga held on. Masters played a big part in that, used the ball. I thought Nick Fothergill, too, had a lot of the football in that final term.
Yeah, he's like a little, well, dare I say it, it's the opposing team I know, but he's like a little bulldog, isn't he? He burrows in, puts his head over the footy, and gets a lot of it. And, yeah, he really stood tall for the Pigeons this afternoon on what was a great win. And well, you can't let them go on your home turf, can you, Robbie?
No,
when you get a chance to close one out on your home territory, you really got to win it.
Yeah, and that's the trick in what's going to be pretty even contest inside that top 5. If you can win all your games at home, you're going to put yourself in good position. That'd have been a bit filthy the way they lost last week down at Bangor Rovers.
Definitely.
But I think in that situation, you got to all credit goes to the winners in those situations. And
Yep.
people tend to talk about how people.
No, you're absolutely right. Yep.
But yeah, to anyone, and it was the biggest comeback win in over 20 years in this competition.
That's unreal, isn't
doesn't
it?
happen very
Yeah,
often.
you witnessed a fantastic game there last week, and as we said, Robbie, we were up at Myrtleford, but the crowd on the balcony just getting up underneath those Rovers. So, yeah, that would have been so disheartening for the Pigeons, but good luck to them. They picked themselves up on the track this week. Mick Gibbons, we spoke to him before the game, and, you know, just how they wanted to start. They did miss a few early, didn't they, down our commentary end, and we said they were missing some chances, but then they finally straightened up, got on target, and they went on from there. So well done to them, a good win today.
Yeah, and as you said, with Michael Gibbons to come into the side, they've got an 8-day break because they play Yarrawonga next Sunday.
Next Sunday, yeah.
And with Gibbo and he's just going to add class.
Oh, yeah.
My goodness me, he played some great footy at Carlton over the last couple of years. So
Doesn't that inspire your team? You know, when you've got an ex-AFL player coming out and running around with you, well, it just adds some spark, and, you know, guys will lift and just go up a notch, won't they?
Well, yeah, and you would have really struck you today coming into the ground, Luke. You come into the entry into the ground, and who's on the gate?
Yeah.
Michael Gibbons.
How good was that?
Yeah, doing his bit.
Yeah, and everyone having a chat to him and can easily say no to that job. No, look, I want to, you know, go and talk to twos players at the quarter-time break or the half-time break, or watch this and that. Or, it's not me, guys, but to put your hand up as the main man at the club and see him on the front gate handing out the what we call them, records.
The critic.
Your critic, sorry.
Yep,
your critic down here in the O&M. Just wonderful. And it looks like Sky's got another player down there too, Robbie.
We'll cross out to you, Sky Burgess.
Yeah, I sure do, mate. I just managed to pull him out in time. I'll pass you over to him.
Who we got down there, Sky? We're just from our angle. Is it Willie Wheeler?
Yeah, it is.
Hey, Willie, how are you, mate?
Going well, boys. How you
yeah,
going?
Robbie here. We've got Lukey Francis alongside me. Mate, a good, solid win. And I thought you did it a lot better in that last quarter there, even though you didn't kick a goal, you guys yourself. But I thought you controlled the game really well.
Yeah, we we obviously learned a lot of lessons last week, which was very disappointing. But then to come out and have all those back 50 stoppages and control the footy, and we sort of tried to train a little bit during the week because it was so disappointing last week where we had such a good 3 quarters and let ourselves down. So very happy with it.
And what about you, mate? We've seen you run through the midfield a fair bit. Is that your favourite position to sort of play predominantly midfield?
Yeah, midfielder, but 2 years off, and I'm definitely feeling a little bit. The foot's been a bit slower than I'd like it to, so hopefully probably another month away, or give it a little bit to feel good on top of the ground. But just trying to get through games as we go. Yeah,
what sort of recovery or how are you handling that, mate? What sort of advice have you had on that type of injury? If you want to continue to play, what you got to do? Are you pretty confident on the right track with all that?
Yeah, I think so. It's a bit of an unknown. There are a few other people who have done it, like Tom Stewart did it, but he had a different surgery. So because it was so long of not running, like it was a good 12 months of not running. So it's just taken time, and things are gonna pop up as they come along. But yeah, I've got the right help, I think. So yeah, we'll just keep trying to get through it.
Willie, Luke Francis here. What was one thing you thought you guys did really well today that you didn't really have right last week?
It's hard to say because I thought we still had 3 quarters of good footy last week, and we obviously had one bad one where Rovers they're tough to stop when they're not downhill skis, but they get going and they get going pretty hard in the midfield. So I think around the stoppage, and Harry, he sort of had a crack, and Foz, and how good was Lee Williams to have him back for a first game and sort of straighten us up. We would have liked to kick a little bit straighter, and felt like we had momentum the whole game. Just be nice to get it on the board.
Yeah, and Willie obviously asked after last week, the last quarter, you probably just stopped and weren't able to get the hands on the footy. Today you just try to control it in that last quarter and just able to chip it around and still move forward without obviously getting too deep. But you're just able to hold on to it a lot more and be able to control the game, even though you probably weren't scoring like you would have liked to.
Yeah, that's right. Last week it was just more trying to chew 2-3 minutes up and slow momentum. So you just slow them down as much as we can, and then so we're happy with that.
Yeah, well, Lee Masters, can he play any better footy at the moment? We were just talking about him before. He's just coming here now. He seems to be getting better every week. I've never seen a guy read the football like him. Yeah, well, he's been doing it for so long down at Willie. He was so courageous and like you say, reads the ball. He reckons he was a little bit slow last year in coming back down to the dry conditions where there's no wind. But he's reading the ball
So courageous and sets us up such as our captain and leads by example every week. Unbelievable.
And mate, what about being involved in the hustle and bustle of Ovens and Murray footy? It's got a pretty good reputation, sort of as one of the better regional competitions. What are your thoughts been on playing in it, mate?
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's bloody unreal footy. It's obviously the conditions help to. It seems to be very quick and open. I haven't seen a whole lot of it. Like growing up from in Avenel, sort of more seeing GV footy, which is a bit more bogged up. And then being in Melbourne, it's obviously the weather controls what goes on down there. But here, it's a great standard, and it seems to be really good out there. It's so even at this year. Obviously, Wang Maggies are ahead, but second to eighth or whatever can beat each other on any given day, and it's a good comp to be a part of.
Well, mate, I'm done for you. Lukey, anything else for Willie?
Oh, just Harry, actually, Willie. Gee, gets his hands on the ball as well, and he's great to watch. Exciting at times.
Yeah, he's got a bit of red eye in him. He, for a little fella, he has a crack. But no, he's just really fit. He's sort of our hardest trainer, and he's in the gym and he's doing all those little things, even though he is little, but he puts his head over it, and he leads by example also. Yeah, great player. And
we looked like we're talking to Gibbo in pre-game. He came up here and had a bit of a chat, and looks like, fingers crossed, we'll see him next Sunday down at Corowa.
Yeah, fingers crossed, absolutely. I'm pretty keen to see him get out here in the nice weather and the bigger grounds, and I reckon he'll run a mark. He works really hard, and looking forward to getting him out here.
Good on you, mate. Thanks for your time, Willie. Well played. And the
worries.
Pigeons sitting in second spot, mate. You can't do much better than that.
Cheers, boys. Thank you.
Good on you. There we go. Willie Wheeler down the boundary there with
He
Sky
was great
Burgess.
today, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He can play. And he'll only get better. I reckon he'll be like Lee Masters. He'll get better and better.
I'm pretty sure Lee Masters had a pretty good standard last year, even though he said he was a bit slow to get going. I thought his standard was pretty handy in the few games I watched.
Yeah, anyone else would take that standard.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, if there's a more informed player in the comp than him, I've probably got Cal Moore, probably a lot of the Wangaratta side, but gosh, he can play. He's a good footballer. Hey, lads, we better take a break. When we come back, Sky will probably try to talk to someone from Wodonga about pretty brave effort from the Bulldogs today. In the end, they fell 17 points short. This is O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
All clear.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere, and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Watching the game at home is good,